Let's start the damn show! what's happening. All right, we're already here. Thank you. Andy, am I in your shot? Wrestling fans, we are live at the Alien Opera Hamin PCW reunion. Older.Fatter.Balder. No, my name's John McGraw. I'm not talking about myself or Rob Sanderson, but Enzo's in the ring and Rob, we're at the reunion.
This is going to be a magical night.
2CW, how you doing? My name is known around the world, so I don't have to tell you. Make no mistake about it, I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and I came here to honor the life of Brody Lee. So why don't you shut the fuck up? Oh! Now in honor of my buddy, Brody Lee, I wanted to be here today, the reunion. And I think you jerk-offs can appreciate one thing just a little bit. If you like Brody Lee, then a guy who's been in the ring with him is going to share a story with you. Thank you. Now, when I got into this business, I had never been to the likes of places like this, where men risk it all to make a name for themselves in small armories, independent halls, 14 by 14 foot rings. And it was a guy like Brody Lee who did these things, who came to me and he said, "Kid, you're good with me." You know why? Because at 5:30 in the morning, every single day at Florida Championship Wrestling, I would sit on the steps of that building, having never wrestled a match in my life. And you know what? The next guy I would see was the freaking boss, and he hated me because I beat his ass to work every freaking day, and he couldn't fire me. But you know who else would show up there when he didn't have to be there? Brody fucking Lee. And a guy like Brody Lee would get in the ring with a guy like me who didn't know his ass from his elbow inside this ring. And he would throw me around, move me around, beat the shit out of me, and eventually I figured this damn thing out. But before I did figure this thing out, I was already thrown into the fire. And in my first ever pro wrestling match in the WWE on a main card, I was flown out to Oklahoma with Big Cass and Carmella. And we had no idea who we were going to wrestle. But when we showed up to the arena and we looked at the card, it was the Wyatt family. You mean to tell me in my first ever match, I'm wrestling the Wyatt family in Oklahoma? Well, we came out there and I thought I was going to get my ass kicked, but you know what happened in that match? There's a big guy on the apron named Braun Strowman, and there's another guy who can beat people's ass named Bray Wyatt. There's another guy, though, in there that's athletic, that moves around, and nobody knows that he is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And he wanted to make sure that those people in Oklahoma remembered Enzo and Cass because they never saw us before. So when I got in that ring, Brody Lee came in and just hit the mat, every single square inch of this mat, for a little guy like me. Now, you mean to tell me, when you're a little guy like me in the WWE, you think it's easy getting big guys to lay down for you? Do you? Do you think it's easy to make a name for yourself when you're only 5'11", 200 pills soaking wet? I got news for you, it ain't. But guys like Brody Lee, they were selfless. Completely selfless. And that guy made me look like a certified G and a bona fide stud. And you can't teach that. And before I leave here right now, to honor him, I'm gonna say, all day, and I think you guys are going to know the response, right? On the count of 3, when I say all day, I don't want to drop the word that's in the middle of it. There's some kids here today. But, I think you guys can do it for me. 1, 2, 3, all day!
Well, Rob, away we go here from 2CW's Older, Fatter, and Balder as we are getting ready for our opening contest. A wonderful story there from Enzo about Brody Lee and their days back in FCW.
Certainly Brody Lee, a huge part of Squared Circle Wrestling. If you're new to 2CW tonight, the Federation was around 2006 to 2015. We closed up shop in this city. We are back now. These reunion shows last night and tonight were really because of Brody Lee. He persisted for them to happen. Here we are, a magical night, an unbelievable
This is going to be a rowdy one. I can feel it already.
2CW reunion. An absolute pleasure to be back in the booth with you, John. And I just can't wait to see what's up. First,
you guys
a
ready
whole night
or
of
what?
action. This is, I don't want to put heavy expectations on it, but this card
just
is
looking for the stairs.
ridiculous.
It is absolutely
I feel like I'm
stacked
dreaming.
from top to bottom. I think maybe we're actually here for the reunion. The show's taking place, and we're getting ready for our first match in just a little bit. We've got so much that's been announced, but so much more that it's 2CW. There's surprises.
And of course, the tweet just went out minutes ago. A last-minute change to the card is now we're going to have a three-way dance as Dalton Castle, a longtime member of 2CW, made a surprise return last night in Binghamton. Dalton Castle, he's busy, but he'll be here tonight taking on both Colin Delaney, who had an incredible showing in the main event last night, and Red Death Daniel Garcia. Dalton Castle versus Colin Delaney versus Daniel Garcia. That is insane that that's happening tonight. And that's just one of a lot of matches here. Settle in, get your popcorn. This is going to be a fantastic Friday night.
You're not going to see that anywhere else. Also later tonight, we've got the women's dream match that could main event anywhere in the country. Mercedes Martinez against Thunder Rosa. We've got Davey Richards and Alex Shelley. We haven't talked about that. Plus all your favorites that have already been announced. So much more. We've already seen Enzo, but now we've got our first match. And we're going to get it started
Here's a
off.
little Hall of Notes here.
From the Wing Mansion, weighing 205 pounds, Goodz!
So much energy, so much enthusiasm out of Teddy Goodz. Last night we saw him put on a dance party with Rich Swann, so some very snazzy moves. You can see that at 2CW Wrestling on the Twitter or on our Facebook page, I believe as well, at least on Twitter. But some good dancing. A win last night is what was supposed to be a singles match, turned into a tag match when the Killer Steves intervened. But tonight, Teddy Goodz, he has a tall task ahead of him, and I don't know how he's quite going to deal with a unique individual that we'll be seeing coming out in just a bit, but where in the world did that sign come from? But
the crowd is in it. Those dance moves were awesome last night. Just smiles all over the place. Rich Swann is here tonight as well, and we will see him later on. Teddy Goodz wrestled in the very first 2CW match back in 2006. He wrestled in the first match last night at night one of this two-night reunion, and here he is starting the night here tonight.
He weighs in at 4,000 pounds of raw, heavy metal. He is here to rule your ass. This is Warhorse.
I never thought I would say the words, but Rob, it may be time to rule ass here in Syracuse as we see the Warhorse, one of the top independent wrestlers right now in professional wrestling, making his 2CW debut. Over 34,000 Twitter followers. And it is time for some stomps, some kicks, some punches of death. And the crowd is already ready to headbang in Syracuse.
Well, a lot of music goes on in this venue. John, Warhorse coming in, his 2CW debut. He's got the paint on. He is pumped up, always ready to go. Always in all caps is Warhorse. AEW Dynamite last year, and is just pairing up the independents And this is going to be quite a contest to open this one here in Syracuse.
Well, it goes without saying, this is a first-time ever matchup for the Warhorse. Now in his 8th year as a pro, he's so metal that he had a turnbuckle cord rip his mouth open during a match. He finished the match. If that doesn't say heavy metal in pro wrestling, I don't know what does. That and the face paint.
That's like somebody at a hardcore show taking a fist to the nose, a bloody nose, and just keep going. The music hasn't stopped yet. The music keeps going for Warhorse here tonight.
And it sounds like we've got a split crowd here between Teddy Goodz and Warhorse. Teddy primarily wrestling on the New England Independents. He has been on Dark recently. We saw him, as you mentioned, on the first 2CW show. Guy that was trained by the godfather of 2CW, Spike Dudley, and Brutal Bob Evans.
Yeah, we have seen Teddy Goodz under different names over the years. Singles wrestler, tag team wrestler. He's been a big part of this company's history. Continues to grow his game even after all these years in it, and obviously in phenomenal shape, and can do a little bit of everything here in the ring. The split crowd continues here, and what a crowd this is here in central Syracuse. I don't think this is downtown.
It'd be down. No,
okay.
North side, downtown, We're not very far from the old venue.
Yes, of course, the Pastime Athletic Club, where we closed up shop nearly 6 years ago. That's just about 3 blocks from here. The fans have been here. They were in a long line waiting to get in. So much anticipation for this show that was delayed multiple times due to everything in the world this last 18 months or so. This is finally happening here tonight. We're ready to lock up. Here we go.
They are jammed to the gills here. Prior to last night, 2,109 days between when 2 sets ended, and Living on the Edge 11 began last night, and Warhorse with a shoulder tackle of death right as we start.
I'm just calculating the amount of months that would be.
Okay.
Carry the 69 months.
Nice.
Yes, nice.
Ooh. Teddy Goodz went for a leapfrog, goes up and goes down. Warhorse looking for the seesaw, and Teddy Goodz lands on the second rope with a turning splash, taking down the Warhorse. Drop kick from Teddy Goodz, and Warhorse to the outside. A former IWD TV independent champion, defended the title all over the country, multiple different promotions. He has had a rock star type schedule as well, and we're so pleased to have him here, but he was not pleased for that chop from Teddy Goodz.
Oh, a very hard one there on the outside, right near some of the very familiar faces in the crowd that we recognize from all the years of Squared Circle Wrestling here. And obviously Teddy Goodz, another big shot there on the outside.
And nowhere to go for Warhorse, as that kind of caught against the guardrail, and Teddy Goodz gets in to break the count. Now right back on the attack on the outside.
And nice veteran instinct there for Teddy Goodz, just to get that quick roll in, roll out, break up the counts,
and Jack
try to stay on that attack there.
Yep. And Jack Trade's diving out of the way, and Teddy Goodz getting out of the way of the chop, and Warhorse, that most certainly, did not rule last right there.
The crowd is feeling this here. Goodz back into the ring.
They have been electric since they started filing into the building, and look at the look on Warhorse's face. This guy likes to headbang. Horns up.
A little headbanging, yeah. He spent his fair share of time in the mosh pits.
This guy takes Quiet Ride a little too literally there. Bang your head. And some mental health for Teddy Goodz, and another headbutt from the Warhorse, a headbutt of doom, and make it 3, or death, excuse me.
Ooh.
Now punches of death and a rollicking right hand coming out of the Midwest from Warhorse.
Yeah, I was going to say those left hands were hard, but when he switched to the right, man, did he connect.
Here comes the Warhorse with an axe handle of death off the top. Just so that you know, all of his moves of death. And we saw that on social media earlier in the week.
There was a nice pinfall attempt of death. And, just a 1 count on that one.
not choosing to hook the leg. That said, depending on which commentary team you listen to, they may not want you to hook the leg. Referee explained. Oh, well, I think Warhorse believes the referee is number 1, if I read that correctly. Inside cradle, and Warhorse kicks out. Step up Enziguri and Teddy Goodz on Dream Street, down on the mat.
Of course, we encourage you to join in on the conversation online on social media, hashtag 2CW Reunion. See, a tweet just came in from Kevin the Man Graham, who's tuning in, a longtime member of the 2CW family, multiple-time tag team champion. Twitter has been exploding, especially with some of the last-minute announcements, and keep in mind that not everything is out there yet about this show. So
still
we've got quite a night ahead.
Lots more to come. We've already announced a bunch, and well, it's 2CW. What wouldn't it be 2CW without surprises and another headbutt of doom? And this guy's got a head of steel right now. You'd almost think he's Samoan.
Real fast-paced and a lot of intensity here in this opening contest here at Older.Fatter.Balder.
I think that's everybody here just about. 6 years ago, just about, we were last together at 2CW 2 sets for a jam-packed show that featured
Understatement.
2
Oh, I thought you were talking about
shows.
physically, to that too, yeah.
Yeah.
The only word missing from that title is grayer, if I'll admit that myself, but it's been a while.
Power slam of death. Now it might be time for the Scorpion Deathlock of death. But Teddy Goodz fighting it.
Is that like a double negative? That like
might be.
So there's no death? I don't know how that works.
I don't know. There's a lot of video on Warhorse out there, so Teddy Goodz quickly could sense it coming, and the veteran getting over to the bottom rope against someone that kind of like all of us have gotten better with age, like a fine wine, if you will. He's had some really good matches lately. Looked very good last night, looked very good earlier in the summer against Chris Dickinson, and he's given the Warhorse a what for here.
Warhorse does so much headbanging. How does his neck not hurt 24/7?
Or just not get
He deals
dizzy.
with the mosh pits and all that. I've been in there too. That's fine. But the constant headbanging, like, it's hurting my neck just watching it.
There's no stopping in metal. But Teddy Goodz right now throwing the elbows and now raining those elbows down on the shoulder and the neck of the Warhorse, doing the headbanging, but that's not the kind he wants to do here.
More of this versatile attack from Teddy Goodz. Again, we mentioned he's had his singles classics in 2CW, his time as a tag team wrestler with the former Biff Busick, Oni Lorcan, and now pinfall attempts.
Ted Goodz thought that was it. That's what led to the end last night. Teddy Goodz hitting that modified iconoclasm, and then Rich Swann came into the rolling splash here. Teddy with a running cutter, but the Warhorse has other ideas.
What a great start to this show here tonight.
And the chant is Teddy, if you can hear it at home, and Teddy goes all the way to the floor. Hang on.
Little stage dive there from Warhorse.
The drop kick of death from the ring, and now Teddy Goodz on the inside. Might want to turn around. Wow. Missile
Beautiful.
drop kick. My goodness.
Just a radical drop kick there from the top. And he's got the momentum right now. Can Warhorse close this up? Pick up the victory here in his 2CW debut.
Lariat coming hard. The lariat of death. That might be all. No, Teddy Goodz kicks out, getting that shoulder up the very last possible moment. Refusing to lose here. And he's always kind of had that, again, I hate to use the term, but fighting spirit about him. And he will take a beating and keep on coming.
So great to be back here live for free on YouTube. 2CW, of course, one of the pioneers with live streaming.
We're giving this away for free?
For free.
Wow.
Not even free 99. There's no 99. It's just free.
Completely free. And Warhorse climbing the ropes. Here comes Teddy Goodz once again. It is a long way down for both these two. YouTube.com/2CW. That's where you're watching us right now. A box of the ears right there, and that's what you might feel like after you've been to a metal show and been too close to the speakers. And Warhorse on the backpack stunner.
Got him.
Horns down, Teddy Goodz wins.
Here is your winner, Ted Goodz.
Big win here tonight for Goodz. Of course, you heard what Sami Callihan said there in the beginning about trying to get another reunion at some point, but as of right now, this is the new final show ever, as far as we know. Never say never, but
it's professional wrestling.
Yeah. And Ted Goodz here with a big victory in what might be his final showing here. What is his final showing here in Square Circle Pro Wrestling?
And now it's time to dance to get happy. Will we have some dancing and headbanging?
Now that would be a mix. Because Teddy was kind of following Rich Swann's dance moves a little bit last night and was able to join right in. But I don't know if Warhorse dances much to the
there we go.
The Temple University alums Hall & Oates. Throw that out there.
Well, we got a little headbanging there,
yeah,
so I'll take
works.
that.
That works. Nice start to this evening in Syracuse as Ted Goodz victorious here tonight.
It is absolutely packed to the gills in here, too, as the fans love Teddy. They remember him from all the way back in 2006, opening up against Ajax 820. Back at the pastime, April the 8th, 2006, when 2CW began. And we're here, it's 2021.
We were all just young whippersnappers at that point. And now I guess I'm showing my age by using
what's a
the word
whippersnapper?
Whippersnapper for the first time in my life.
Isn't that a finishing move?
I have no idea.
Well, and here we are at 2CW, and let's go back to the ring.
Match. And we're just going to keep right on rolling. This following contest is a triple threat match. Introducing first.
This is going to be
in at 211
insane.
pounds. This evening, he hails from Rochester, New York, where tomorrow night he will be performing at the Comedy at the Carlson at 9 p.m. Dalton Castle!
We've got the boys, and now we have the party peacock, and he is ready to dance and strut his way to the ring, making one of his first legitimate U.S. independent appearances since 2017, the former Ring of Honor heavyweight champion and Celebrity Family Feud savant.
We were absolutely shocked when he walked through the curtain last night at the American Legion post number 80 in Binghamton, New York, because the assumption was he couldn't wrestle elsewhere. I mean, like, talking about forbidden doors these days, Dalton Castle walked right through that curtain, and look at the crowd clapping along. Dalton Castle with so many classic matches in 2CW. You heard Bombshell Billy mention there, the Rochester, New York native, great amateur wrestling background, former radio DJ, went on a former ROH Ring of Honor World Champion, and continues to make bigger and bigger waves for himself, as now he helps with the clapping here at ringside. Flamboyant, exciting, always interesting, and quite honestly, Dalton Castle is #busy. So he's carving out time here to come back to 2CW this weekend. As you heard, tomorrow night he'll be back in his hometown of Rochester to do a little comedy show of sorts. And
a little bit of
that'll be
everything.
fun.
Yeah.
I've heard about some special guests that'll be appearing from the wrestling world as well. But tonight, he has this three-way dance or triple threat match, whatever you want to call it, with a fairly newcomer to the wrestling scene, and Daniel Garcia has been at it for a few years, and somebody that Dalton has known for Delaney.
And this is the first time you're going to see these three together in a single ring, as last night Dalton was with Moose, Eddie Edwards, and Josh Alexander.
Competitor number 2. He hails from Buffalo, New York, weighing 176 pounds, Red Death, Daniel Garcia!
And the bass is just echoing as the Red Death is creeping upon us in Syracuse. This is a guy right now that if there's an it guy in professional wrestling, that is it.
He main evented the sold-out United Center in Chicago just about a month ago against John Moxley. One of the fastest rising stars we've ever seen in wrestling, Buffalo native. Of course, a lot of his training, a lot of his influence, his mentorship has come from a big-time former member of the 2CW roster in The Blade, the former Pepper Parks, also a Buffalo native here. And
competitor number 3.
Colin to come out here.
Hailing from Rochester, New York, weighing 192 pounds, Colin Delaney!
And Colin makes 3 as we await his appearance, with Daniel Garcia and Dalton Castle already sharing words in the ring. And here comes Colin. What an epic battle he had along with his tag team partner Cheech as To Infinity and Beyond last night, taking on the Dark Order. Ultimately a losing effort, but my word, what a classic match that was. And here he faces off against the man Dalton Castle. You mentioned he knows him very well. These two wrestled on 2CW's first night pay-per-view, Living on the Edge 8. That was Dalton's second night in 2CW. In a very, very good match. And now you throw in Daniel Garcia, who's only 23 years old, into the mix.
I am very excited to see this match here, John. Of course, Colin has a lot in his arsenal, a little bit of a mix of every style of wrestling. You see a little more of the amateur style from Dalton Castle. Daniel Garcia with that technical style as well, with some really tough, rough shots. Colin breaks out some high flying and stuff. It's going to be a fun mix. I'm just curious to see, this dynamic of a three-way match. Will Colin and Dalton team up a little bit? Bring that long-time friendship out to play. Is that a disadvantage for Garcia here? Garcia, this is his first appearance in 2CW. He certainly wants to come away with a victory here tonight in Syracuse. And Garcia, another person who's been so busy. Seems like he's wrestling all over the globe every single day, is Garcia. Pleasure to have him here in Syracuse tonight.
And just such a juxtaposition here of personalities, too. You've got Dalton and Colin, they're out there, they want to have fun. They're fun-loving guys. They like to smile, they're in it with the fans. And Daniel Garcia just looks like he wants to punch somebody in the mouth. Just that intensity oozing off him. And you can see he's already getting annoyed here, kicking at the boys.
Yeah. Of course, Garcia aligning himself in All Elite Wrestling with 2.0, also former members of the 2CW roster, as now we're truly getting things underway here.
His dads would not be happy with Dalton's attack right there.
Ooh, big forearm there from Castle to Garcia. Of course, Garcia had 3 belts very recently. He recently, in just the past week or so, lost the Limitless Championship as well as the C4 Championship in Maine and Ottawa, but still a very long-term reign continues for him in Empire State Wrestling in Buffalo, in his hometown. Wrestled just a week ago in Dallas for New Japan, all over the place.
Against Jay White, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Who's one of the top foreign stars in New Japan, and now we've got a chop battle in the middle of the ring, and just Garcia laying in those strikes, just such a heavy hitter.
Colin Delaney wrestling in his hometown of Rochester for AEW in a match that'll air on Monday. That was just 2 nights ago at the Blue Cross Arena, and the crowd was packed and loud. I was there for it, John. The hometown showing Colin and Cheech so much love. You'll see that match on Monday, but this one first. And Dalton with a little strategy here, throws Garcia back to the outside, and this dynamic, it's always a little bit different. When you got 3 guys in there, you got to have eyes in the back of your head, as they say.
You have to
Dalton
incapacitate
thinks he's
him.
got an advantage. Here comes Garcia sneaking back in. Ooh, what a shot there to send Castle down to the canvas.
And that echoed off the walls here, and you could see even Daniel Garcia shaking that arm like, oh my goodness, that was a heavy shot. And now he and Colin are going to trade forearms. Of course, Daniel Garcia, what he's overcome in his young life already, being through a very serious car accident. And you would never know that that had happened just based on seeing him and seeing his success. And Colin Delaney, a suicide dive, takes out everybody at ringside.
Colin, one of the all-time fan favorites here in 2CW, of course, longtime tag team members, and when he was Colin Olsen with Jimmy Jam Olsen back in the day. And Colin then, of course, started to team with Cheech. We saw them as really the, before 2CW closed up shop, the number one contenders for the 2CW tag team titles held by Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks.
Had numerous chances to win those titles, just weren't successful. Colin also gave Nick Ando some very strong challenges for the 2CW Heavyweight Championship as well, but him and Jimmy, when they were the tag champs, longest reign ever, and look at the athleticism from the Party Peacock. The amateur wrestling background not needed right there.
Garcia right on the attack here. Able to duck away. This action here right down in front of us in the entranceway.
And look out, they're coming our way here towards the video board.
Ooh.
And they're fighting literally inches away from our broadcast vantage point.
Some real meaty forearms here.
And Colin is going to join that party.
Look at the intensity there from Red Death.
The type of person you got to be to call yourself that, and then to hit like that, striking, kicking, going for submissions. And the chant echoing off the walls here, Red Death. And if you like what you're seeing, again, hashtag 2CW Reunion on the Twitter machine. Double knee strike in the corner from Daniel Garcia. Earlier this year, wrestled in a 60-minute Ironman match after being in the Scenic City Invitational. Again, you talked about his busy schedule.
That match with Wheeler Yuta, I don't think I looked down at my phone that entire hour, and that's a big deal for me. That was a fantastic match.
I think I lost count of how many times either one or the other dropped the other wrestler on their head. Just an amazing match, a lot of brutality. But right now, the Red Death is on the outside. And it's Cheech and Colin in the ring with Dalton, and Daniel Garcia coming in with a big boot and a drop toe hold on Dalton. Cheech, of course, is Colin's tag team partner.
And we will see Cheech later tonight. And just a tremendous showing from him and Colin last night, to infinity and beyond in the main event, the final contest of the evening last night against the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, who are also here tonight. And of course, you saw that tribute to the late, great Brody Lee taking place right at the start of the show. A lot of Dark Order feel here tonight. Good to have them here to help honor their friend. And certainly Colin and Dalton specifically, very good friends with Brody over the years. And I know for a fact that Brody would talk about Daniel Garcia and his potential early on, and was keeping a close eye on him. And well, wait a minute now. Castle, what a knee. Quick pace here.
Very much so. We haven't seen a lot of suplexes. Dalton, I guess I spoke too soon, looking for a gut wrench here. The former New York State wrestling champion in high school, 3-time All-State, wrestled collegiately and then, of course, internationally. But if you've seen Dalton Castle matches, you know all about that with his great amateur background.
Just an unbelievable amateur wrestler, and obviously it immediately translated to the professional wrestling side of things. And of course, we mentioned Jimmy Olsen earlier in this match. He had a huge hand in training Dalton Castle for the professional wrestling side of things. As a count of 2 there for Garcia. No, immediately, though, going here, he is vicious with his technical prowess here, his different holds. Immediately switches from one on Colin to one on Dalton here.
He had his eyes up. He saw Dalton coming in, but hang on. Oh, now he's got a leg on Colin. That said, Dalton, he's still up. And he just drops himself over the top of Daniel Garcia. Why not do whatever you can to break the holdup before the submission?
That was smart from Dalton Castle, find a way to break that up. What a quick sequence there. The presence of Garcia to immediately switch from hold to hold, from guy to guy, to try to control this match. I mean, if I'm Dalton Castle or Colin Delaney, got to watch out for Garcia, because the millisecond he grabs your leg, he can snap it off.
So for the moment, the car wreck that we had a moment ago with overhead belly-to-bellies and throws into the corner is now just simply broken down to who wants it more, a test of wills and shots.
Oh,
goodness.
Talking about shots, holy cow.
These are some meaty chops and forearms, and Daniel Garcia just screaming. And Colin catches him right in the head of the shin. Up and over goes Colin.
And the strength there, how smooth that was for Castle. Oh, but immediately Garcia steps in, and you got to watch out here, because Garcia with that sharpshooter is just so dangerous, especially when he's able to wrench it backward. But Colin in to break that up.
So Garcia for the moment is on the outside. Dalton's got Colin. Ring-a-dang in the middle of the ring. The party peacock will preen on top of Colin, and that is it.
What a
Here's
match.
your winner, Dalton Castle.
And the fans, rightfully so, you can see them just opposite where our camera is, standing and applauding. At times it was like a car wreck out there. And Dalton Castle, a while since we've seen him, and he looks absolutely fantastic, and he comes away with a victory, someone that nearly unseated Sami Callihan at 2 sets 6 years ago.
Well, a lot of us thought going into that final 2CW show in 2015 that maybe Dalton would end up the final 2CW heavyweight champion, as we thought was going to be the final show ever before this reunion, as you said, nearly 6 years later. And of course, we heard from Sami Callihan at the very beginning of the show, and we send our best wishes to him. That's a vicious injury, and we hope he gets back as soon as possible. Can't wait to see the drawback in the ring, but look at this ovation for Colin and for Garcia.
And the fans with a rightful both these guys chant as they make their way back to the locker room, and that just warms your heart.
A little kiss to the 2CW logo there from Colin Delaney. We're only 2 matches into this show, John.
Yeah, we're on
this
camera.
This is absolutely incredible here. 2CW, Older.Fatter.Balder, Rob Sanderson, John McGraw here in Syracuse Live. A pleasure to be back with you, sir, here after all these years. Didn't think we were going to get to call more of these shows together, and it's amazing that there's talk for years about putting on a reunion show.
For years.
And it wasn't going to happen. Then it was scheduled, and the world goes crazy. Delay. It's finally here. It's really happening. Kind of feels like a dream, but here we are. Thanks so much for tuning in, and remember to keep using that hashtag 2CW Reunion.
Absolutely. So I think you said it all yourself. That was fantastic. I don't know how I could possibly follow that.
I mean, if you're a wrestler on this show, how do you follow any of these matches?
This next match is Joe Red Shoes Strawberry.
It's an absolutely loaded lineup here.
Syracuse
all throughout the night.
2CW faithful, this one here is 15 years in the making. It is the rubber match, best of 5 series. Introducing first, hailing from Boston, Massachusetts, by way of Kingston, Jamaica, he weighs in at 245 pounds, SWB, the Underground King.
We didn't even talk about this match yet.
I mean, this is
goodness.
the most long-term rivalry in 2CW history. This is round 5. This series tied 2-2 going back 15 years.
2006, July 2006, the first meeting between the two and 2CW. Cold Scorpio won that. He then won the second meeting. However, Slick Wagner Brown has won the last 2, including at 2 sets
and
6 years ago.
his opponent, from Denver, Colorado, weighing 234
What a pleasure it is to have both of these men back with us here tonight. And it's amazing because they're both such veterans of the sport. And they haven't lost a step. I mean, what we see from these men in 2021 is nothing short of incredible. Think back to watching matches of Cold Scorpio in the early 90s on television, and he's still flying all over the ring. It's awesome that this match is happening. I have no idea who is going to end up winning this series, but I think the fans and us, we're all winning, getting to see these two tangle one more time.
This is surreal, seeing these two in the ring in 2021. Scorpio, though, still very active on the independent scene. This isn't like he's coming out of retirement or anything. He's still very much active. 35 years of professional wrestling for Scorpio. Got started back in the mid-'80s. Then, of course, was in the New Japan for a little bit. Wrestling in the early 90s, in the days of Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. And he is still going strong in 2021. Seems like we may have a split crowd. I couldn't quite make out what that was. And that's better, just a simple 2CW chant.
We've seen a lot of those split crowds last night, already so far here tonight. A lot of respect for everybody here on this card tonight as we get things underway.
Slick Wagner-Brown, of course, a former two-time 2CW heavyweight champion. Beautiful reversal by Scorpio using the rope, and now going to go to work on the arm of Slick Wagner-Brown, quickly breaking it down. Scorpio, what hasn't he won? In terms of his travels, he has been fantastic wrestling worldwide. But this one, I think it's personal. The 5th time you want to win that rivalry.
Oh, absolutely. When a rivalry goes on for that long, I mean, you put so much time and effort into it over the years, so many classic battles. You don't want to end that with a loss. I mean, that's a huge, huge deal. Both of these men want and need to come away with a W here tonight in Syracuse.
Arm drag takeover by Scorpio. Wagner, no slouch in terms of experience. 24 years of pro, debuted in the late 1990s. Trained by Killer Kowalski. Now trains himself, very respected among New England independent wrestlers and independent wrestlers in general. Here in 2CW, more than 90 matches. One of a few guys to have held the 2CW championship twice. Quickly floating over into that front face lock on Scorpio in the middle of the ring. Very good ring positioning.
And SWB had a fantastic match last night with the Moonlight Sun Mike Skyros in Binghamton. Obviously a big connection between those two, and Skyros continuing his training and wrestling with Slick's promotion in New England. And I just think that, you know, we've seen a little bit of everything from Slick over the years. The classic battles with Big Rig Brody Lee, and I mean, all sorts of moments over the years. You can't even list them all off, but it's he did pick up the L last night. It did Slick Wagner-Brown. He was upset by Skyros, I would say, last night, and I think he seemed a little bit bitter when he walked in today after that loss last night. I know he's got respect, but he wants to turn things around. Basically, kind of like what you would say in the world of ice hockey, and looking for that weekend split.
My word, over the top rope, SWB and Too Cold all the way down to the floor. There's no protective mats out there. It is very hard, and they just slammed down onto that floor. Slick just plowing right through there. He looked like he maybe had Mike Skyros beat last night after countering Skyros' diving DDT. Skyros then bent back to the well twice, and the second one was the charm. And now Slick in on the cover after that crossbody, sending Scorpio all the way to the floor, and he gets a 2.
Once again, the split crowd here at the Alien Opera House.
It is very full here. We've got fans in the bleacher type seating in front of us, and I don't think I've ever seen something like that. Scorpio just out of nowhere kicking Slick right in the head. I don't think Slick saw that coming.
You never know what to expect from Scorpio. I mean, he can bust anything out of that arsenal. I mean, even away from the wrestling, too. One of my favorite memories from 2 sets. You and I were at that very crammed broadcast table at ringside. Hold on. Counted 2 there.
Double jump into a moonsault, my goodness.
And Scorpio just coming over to our broadcast table, dancing on his entrance. How can you not be in a great mood when 2 Cold Scorpios around?
Everybody loves Scorpio.
He's happy every time you see him. A pleasure to see him here today. But a little bit more of a serious look on his face here for this contest. A lot on the line here as these 2 close out their long time battle.
Scorpio's offense to a little bit as he's gone on his career, a little bit more grounded, and a belly to belly from Slick as Scorpio was trying to jockey for position. Threw 2 Cold across the ring, and the savvy veteran move, leg on the ropes. But Scorpio early in his career, of course, a high flyer. Looks a little bit more to be just a more kind of intense style now. Not as much leaping off the ropes, but we may still see that. The master of the 450.
Yeah, certainly that veteran experience there from Scorpio, knowing that the rope was there, able to break that up. But we'll see. I mean, he's still feeling it there. That was incredible strength shown. And Wagner here still going to work. Spinning heel kick. We've seen so many times over the years. And another veteran there finding the rope break on the pinfall attempts. This time it is Slick Wagner Brown.
And it's not a surprise. These guys both have traveled the roads for a very long time. And Scorpio signaling he wants to climb the turnbuckles, perhaps drop the bomb here. It is 2021, and we are watching 2 Cold Scorpio and Slick Wagner Brown in 2CW. And Scorpio's not selling himself short on those shots, and neither is Slick for that matter.
Wow, the leaping forearm there from 2 Cold. Immediately right back comes SWB.
Almost mirroring one another to a certain extent right now. My word, what a pump kick from Scorpio. Well, he had a smile on his face earlier, but you could see the intensity in his eyes right now. And a back heel to the face of the former 2CW heavyweight champion.
The test of endurance here at this point. Scorpio able to find the strength there for that side suplex, and now wait a minute.
And this is where Scorpio pays the bills, climbing the ropes here.
Unreal.
Twisting splash.
Got him. No!
Slick Wagner Brown getting the shoulder up.
Wow.
Scorpio's going to go up again. All right, second time. Slick still looking up at the ceiling here.
Incredible.
Somersault leg
That's
drop.
gotta be it. Count it. What?
Again, Slick kicks out.
What does 2 Cold have to do to put SWB away?
So the screws right now turning in the head. Will we see a third leap from the top turnbuckle? He's taking his time, though. And he's given Slick a chance to recover here, so if he does go up again, Slick may move out of the way, but Scorpio deciding the better of it. He wants to beat down Slick a little bit more here.
Ooh. Wow. With that ring bounce. And another close call in this contest.
And Scorpio followed up right after that last splash. He might have had a chance to end this match, but instead he took a little bit of time. Slick was able to recover. And now Wagner in the plus position. vintage SWB with that leaping leg lariat. And Scorpio kicks out. It is sweltering, Rob, right now inside the Alien Opera House. This is only match number 3.
Too Cold making his way back to his feet here. Oh, hold on. Oh, what a super kick there from Too Cold. And right back to the corner.
This might be all here. We've all seen this before. Oh, okay.
What?
What the hell? What is this? That's not the fun-loving Scorpio we know.
No. What is going?
Oh my.
What? Oh my God!
Scorpio drops the bomb. That might be all. No!
What? John, we both just leapt out of our chair here on the stage. How was that not 3?
I gotta be honest, I don't know.
This is awesome stuff here in Syracuse right now. These two go to war, neither one will quit. What else do they have to do to put this away? What else is left in the arsenal?
Heavy shot from Slick, super kick. Scorpio fights with one right back, and now Slick ends that with a lariat. He wants to finish this one off here. Might be looking for the appreciation bomb.
Ooh.
Quick DDT,
Totally
following
planted
right
there.
up.
There it is.
The winner of this match, SWB.
So after 15 years, John, it is Slick Wagner Brown who picks up the best of 5 series victory here in Squared Circle Wrestling. What a match. What a series of 5 matches we have witnessed in the past decade and a half from these two greats.
And you can hear it at home. The fans are chanting, standing, both these guys. And for those two with a combined more than 60 years of in-ring experience, that was something to behold. And it looks like Slick's calling for the microphone here. Let's see what the Underground King has to say.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Scorpio. I watched this mother, you know what I'm talking about. I watched him on WCW. I watched him on ECW. And I saw this big mother do his damn thing. I never seen nobody do it like that before. Fast forward how many years later, I'm a grown-ass man, he's a grown-ass man, and we had the blessing, the opportunity, thanks to 2CW, to come in this ring and put on 5 instant classics. All I gotta say, man, is thank you very much. You are a living legend. You should be in every single motherfucking Hall of Fame there is. I love you.
Slick, damn, you knocked my ass into a new week. Shit. Thank you so much for that ass whooping. And finally, 5 out of 5. And the best man standing is my brother Slick. Thank you for the best 5 out of 5. 2CW. 2CW. Thank each and every one of you, because without you, me, Slick, and the rest of the guys here wouldn't be shit without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Slick, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
What a moment here in Syracuse. The ultimate show of respect from both men to each other after all of their classic battles in this company. And so awesome to see that love for each other following the end of that series.
Yeah, I just don't really know kind of how to follow that up. I think a lot of us echo everything that both those guys just said. Scorpio most certainly a living legend.
I honestly hope I have a 1/1000th of the charisma at Scorpio's age. He is so good for so long, and I mean, it's a pleasure to be able to call matches of his. It really is.
Yeah.
And SWB, the same. I mean, he's been one of the most successful wrestlers in 2CW history, and just so much fun to get to see that contest here. And again, we're still pretty early on here tonight. We've got a lot still to come here at 2CW, the hashtag 2CW reunion.
Match 3. That was match 3. We have a lot left. Don't go anywhere. So we've got Nick Martin on the way to the ring.
This is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the ring from Syracuse, New York, 265 pounds, Nick Sullivan.
2CW is all about getting young guys out there, getting them exposure, and Nick Martin getting a chance here to wrestle on this show.
And his opponents, being led to the ring by Father Derek. He hails from Oneida, New York, weighing 450 pounds. He is the beast from the Northeast, VanSlyke. Your referee is Jason Massey.
What I meant to say there was Nick Sullivan. And another guy that got his start as a young wrestler in 2CW, you're seeing right now, VanSlyke. Began back in 2010, skinny guy wearing a singlet, wrestling in student matches. Now he comes to us in 2021, over a decade as a pro, wrestled in Japan, wrestled with Muda. And he is here, very likely to put a hurting on this young man from Syracuse. And that other guy, he looks kind of familiar.
Just a tad.
Just a bit.
Just a tad. Especially reminds me from 2 sets. I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be quite the contest. Two big boys ready to battle here at the Alien.
I believe the appropriate term would be hoss fight?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't forget that after 6 years. Okay.
And of course, the I mean, VanSlyke's had so many of those over the years. He had one at 2 sets, and of course his time spent over in Japan. He does have the height advantage here.
Nick Sullivan's not a small man by any means, but compared to Brute VanSlyke, he looks a lot smaller. Brute VanSlyke, 3-time former 2CW Tag Team Champion. We mentioned Kevin Graham watching earlier. He and Brute won the titles multiple times. Brute as a single took on Necro Butcher in 2CW, beat him. We've seen him just get in there and slug it out with big boys.
And his hits get harder and harder as the years go on here. Oh, both off the ropes. A head-on collision there, but neither man goes down.
They reinforced the ring for this. And Father Derek moving back and forth. That's who's on the floor in case you did not hear the announcement. Father Derek, the manager of Brute VanSlyke, who didn't need a manager before. That being said, Father Derek has guided him fairly well across the Northeastern independent scene, and a big headbutt from Brute VanSlyke, who did not have a very good night in Binghamton last night in a losing effort against Stuart Snodgrass out on the playground. And now kind of taking out some of that anger on Nick Sullivan, just choking him over the top rope.
Yeah, if I was Nick Sullivan, I wouldn't be happy that VanSlyke picked up the loss last night, because you know he's coming in extra angry to the show here tonight. A little extra intensity. Again, looking for that weekend split, coming with these big shots. Wants to get the win and celebrate with a big steak. Well, shotgun drop kick there.
I don't think Brute VanSlyke was expecting that, and now he finds himself in the corner. And Father Derek screaming at him to get out of the way, but he did not avoid the avalanche in the corner. Oh, no way. Beautiful belly-to-belly suplex, amateur style. And Brute may have come into this one thinking, no, this is going to be a walk in the park. I'm wrestling this young kid, and Nick Sullivan's giving us what for right now.
Of course, as John mentioned, this is now match 4 of the night. Still so much great action to come here tonight. A lot of the matches not announced. Some of the wrestlers announced. We mentioned somehow a first time ever singles meeting between Alex Shelley and Davey Richards.
How has that not happened? I just don't understand.
It doesn't make sense to me how that hasn't happened. But it's awesome that it's happening here tonight. It's happening in Syracuse. It's happening for free on YouTube. 2CWLive.com brings you right there. Tell your friends. Tune in here. We've got so much action still to come here tonight. Mercedes Martinez and Thunder Rosa going to battle in a dream match. The Dark Order is here. Rachael Ellering is here. I mean, the list goes on and on. Moose.
What in the world?
Oh, wow!
Oh, my word. That just shook the floor here. That has to be it. No!
Are you kidding me?
350 pounds coming off the top rope.
I wouldn't get up from that for a week.
And he landed.
I had to put a dent in the chest there of Sullivan.
Looks like he landed right in his rib cage, too. And this hoss fight will continue it. And those are some pretty heavy right-handed strikes. They're not quite palm slaps. A knife edge chop.
Once again, some quickness here from Sullivan.
Just trying to chop the big guy down. Hang on a second. Father Derek, much like last night, getting involved physically. Lariat misses. Second one doesn't. There's the cover. And that is all.
The winner of this match, Brute VanSlyke.
That was a big battle here in Syracuse. And
What is this?
It's unnecessary. Father Derek, a little disrespect there, but his client, if you will, here, VanSlyke, picks up the big win here. And as you mentioned, this hoss fight here at the 2CW reunion.
Nick Sullivan making sure his teeth are all still there after that last clothesline.
Show respect here from the fans in Syracuse for the 2CW original, Brute VanSlyke.
Kind of grew up in front of our eyes. Again, debuted in 2010. One of his, in his first year, I believe, wrestled Raven here in 2CW. The show of civility from Brute VanSlyke. I did not maybe think that I would see that. That's 2021, why not?
Morrissey action continues here. We have 2CW back in action for the first time in nearly 6 years. It was Sunday, December 20th, 2015, 3 blocks from here that this promotion closed up an incredible run. Decided to go out on top, and there were cries for a reunion show for years. We mentioned earlier it was Brody Lee himself that just pestered the owner, Josh. You got to do a reunion show. You got to do a reunion show. Here we are, really happening here tonight. And so many great shows over the year. 100+ shows for this promotion, and this lineup just as stacked as so many others over the years, if not more so, here tonight.
And we're rolling right along here. We're not slowing down one bit, so if you got to get up, you maybe need to use the restroom.
Following contest scheduled for one fall. Your referee is Ted Stillwater. Introducing first, hailing from Watertown, New York, weighing 210 pounds,
If you need a break, take it quick. As Jay Freddie, another 2CW original, makes his way to the ring. And I'm curious, Rob, how Jay Freddie is standing tonight after being in a brutal battle with Jason Axe last night in Binghamton, being dropped into thumbtacks, getting hit with barbed wire.
I mean, you mentioned if the viewers need a break. No break for Jay Freddie.
No.
An absolute war last night. A total crimson mask down at the Madhouse in Binghamton, and he's right back at it here tonight.
Like Brute VanSlyke, another kid that grew up right in front of our eyes, debuting for 2CW back in 2008, running a camera. Jason Axe decided, hey, and Max Bauer decided, hey, we're going to beat the camera guy up. And the next night, Jay Freddie got thrown right into the fire, teaming with Spike Dudley. We've seen him as the 2CW heavyweight champion. We saw him in front of 1,000 fans in Watertown win that title over SWB. And we've even seen him grow into the man that he's become and wrestling recently on Dark.
And we knew Jay Freddie would be here tonight, but we don't know who his opponent's going to be. We'll wait and find out with you here, fans.
A lot of folks down in the locker room that I'd like to pick. But let's see.
So many options.
Yeah.
And his opponents, weighing 300 pounds.
Oh boy.
From Syracuse, New York, the wrestling god, Moose.
And you can see the Moose gesture from some of the fans here. If you're sitting at home, put that arm up in the air and bring it down as we prepare for Moose Nation.
And he's got the orange on here back in Syracuse.
Of course, Moose played football at Syracuse back in the early 2000s. recruited to play offensive line, started as a true freshman, eventually would go out to the National Football League playing for multiple teams. Then after his career was over, trained with the big cat Curtis Hughes and became a professional wrestler. I said this last night and I'll say it again, but he looks absolutely phenomenal. Built like a Greek god. He can do a little bit of everything in the ring, and Jay Freddie at a sizable size and power disadvantage against the former TNA heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I mean, Moose 6'5", but he flies around the ring like very, very few could ever do at that size, and this is going to be quite the contest here. Both these men very hard hitters. Both these men very popular in the Syracuse area.
And we saw him throw a dropkick, Moose that is, last night, where he cleared the top rope. A guy that's 6'5", 300 should not be able to do that.
No, absolutely not. The things he does are just, it's hard to believe. As the bell rings, we get things underway here.
And we've seen Jay Freddie chop down some tall trees before, but I don't think he's quite seen anybody like Moose.
And once again, a split crowd here.
Again, we're hearing the Moose, and we're seeing the arm come down as well.
I still don't know what you called that. Like you're pulling the horn on a big rig, or dropping the elbow down.
Again,
have a
handshake to start. Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
He must have been talking with Jason X earlier, I think. Moose that is, and Freddie, God bless him, with a headlock.
Well, nice to see that Freddie was able to remove all the thumbtacks from his back from last night in Binghamton. But you got to wonder how much that wore him down coming into tonight.
Not only just the physical toll, but the blood loss, too, as he was wearing a full crimson mask and a big shoulder tackle from Moose. And, again, this goes without saying, this is a first-time ever matchup.
I mean, what a Thursday, Friday weekend this is. Mentioned that last match night. Moose in an unannounced surprise four-way match. Moose taking on Eddie Edwards and Josh Alexander, which at that point we thought it was a three-way match.
Right.
And Dalton Castle's music hits out of nowhere. Had no idea he was going to be there. And what a four-way match we had in Binghamton last night. And Moose back in action again here tonight, just like Freddie.
Well, Freddie, after some serious chops in the corner, now putting those shoulder tackles in. And just Moose too big for Jay Freddie right there. He had success with the first two tackles. The third time, the former Syracuse offensive lineman putting Freddie down and sending him to the outside.
And now you heard Moose there saying, move. And out of the way to clear that space on the very heavy, very thick, very painful guardrail ringside that Jay Freddie comes crashing into.
The one thing that I noticed when Freddie came out, I think Moose has noticed as well, it's the wrap around the midsection of Freddie. And those shots into the guardrail, that's only going to go to soften that up.
I just want to say, for everybody that's watching at home around the world, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I'm disappointed if you haven't done at least one Moose with your arm.
At home.
At home.
Do it yourself, absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep everything all above deck, if you will. Oh, my word. Moose going for the knife edge chop and just wrapping his hand along that ring post. And that might be the opening that Freddie needs.
Shots from Freddie.
Big pump kick on. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Oh.
He killed Freddie.
That is one of the most vicious individual maneuvers, attacks that we have ever seen in 2CW.
Off of the ring frame, not even the canvas that's at the side of the ring, but off the frame just about. Onto that lower back, which is already heavily taped up to begin with. Now, Freddie's been through some wars here in 2CW, but how does he even fight back after that?
I mean, he's got that heart. Jay Freddie has always shown that heart. You think back to even his time accompanying Terry Funk in 2CW years ago, when Terry Funk, depending on who you ask, did or did not win the 2CW Heavyweight Championship. It's that heart that he wants to try to emulate. Freddie doesn't give up.
He does not.
And he did not give up last night.
No, he did not. I believe he passed out.
Yeah.
As finally the referee called the match, and here comes Freddie showing some fighting spirit.
That was an I quit match last night, but Freddie didn't quit. He didn't say it. He just couldn't say anything.
Big knife edge chops, now the machine gun chops. Oh! And a shoulder tackle. Well, as the momentum
train crashing in.
Yeah. Seems like Freddie had some momentum and they ran right into a brick wall.
What a match this is. I hope.
How is Freddie even in this match after getting powerbombed on the ring frame?
Can I buy stocks in an ice pack company after this match?
Might be able to.
I mean, Freddie's going to have an ice bath for a month after this weekend.
That's a heavy chop right there from Moose. This is a guy that has not been in wrestling that long, all things considered. When you look at the experience of some of the guys on the show and look at what he's already done in his young career. Multiple championships at Impact Wrestling. He's wrestled pretty much all over the country. Over the summer had a very big match with Ishii out in LA, where the two just beat the tar out of one another, and now Jay Freddie getting the tar beaten out of him.
Count of two here.
That being said, again, Jay Freddie, he's never say die. I believe that he was saying that a lot in his young career, and how much more of a beating can he take, though? Like if Moose hits that lights out spear, I don't think Freddie's gonna get up from that.
I don't even know how Freddie's standing at this point.
The tape now starting to come off Jay Freddie. And that slap might have woken him up. Now reining in those right hands. Pump kick from Freddie. Well, trying to go back to that well on the shoulder tackle. Cannot take the big man down.
No time to slow down, though. Still on that offensive attack, and there he goes.
He built up momentum, bouncing off the ropes a couple of different times, but my word, what a super kick.
Our fans are loving this match on Twitter. I can see a lot of tweets that I can't say on the air. We'd be taken off the air.
Moose just rolling right through that German suplex, but not that one. Freddie with a cover, and he hooks those massive tree trunk legs, but only gets two.
The velocity there, that suplex, as Moose hit the mat and kind of continued to tumble toward the ropes there.
Even if you hook the leg on Moose, the power that he's got in those legs, you watch his videos on Twitter lifting those plates after plates after plates in the weight room. And that's where it pays off right there, kicking out after that. And what does Freddie have in mind here?
Well, very difficult to take control there with a man of that height in Moose. As Freddie goes back to the strikes here.
It might be on pure instinct, though, as Freddie kind of looks like he's a little on spaghetti legs. You can see the look in his eyes right now. Trying to shake it off. And those chops ringing off the walls here at the Alien Opera House in Syracuse.
Oh, wow.
Moose was setting up for the discus forearm, and Freddie was waiting for it. Hits the kick, hang on, the knee pad coming down. Freddie thinking about it. Thought about the Shining Wizard. Buckle bomb, no, Freddie shakes it off, and he comes into the knee strike.
Moose able to get out there.
Again, just the
Blue
power.
Thunder bringing it here.
Yeah. I'm just amazed that Freddie got him up, picked up Moose like it was nothing, powered him into the air, and then power bombed him down.
Well, you mentioned, I mean, that we've seen Freddie kind of grow up over the years here in 2CW. Every time we see him, he is stronger and stronger. And the strength that he is showing in this contest against one of the biggest powerhouses, really all time in the wrestling world, is very impressive. What does Freddie have in mind here?
Oh dear. Very dangerous situation. Freddie trying to fight it off. He saw what was coming.
Oh no.
Hang on. Moose is on the top. Oh no, no.
Oh my God!
Superplex from Moose.
What?
And Freddie kicks out.
Freddie just kicked out of one of the biggest superplexes I've ever seen that literally almost collapsed that ring.
That would not be good. We're at match 4.
There's no way we're only at match 4. The amount of awesome competition we have already seen here tonight.
What a nip up right there to be able to do that at this stage of the matchup. Freddie thinking German, hits it. Moose tried to roll through, and there's the Shining Wizard from Freddie. Thinking diving headbutt. This is one of the moves that propelled him to many a victory in 2CW. And he connects. Freddie with a cover and a hook of the leg. Only 2.
2 and a big fraction there. That was close. But Moose was just barely able to get out.
Freddie in 2CW has beaten Davey Richards. He's faced off with Brian Danielson, back-to-back months almost. Beat Davey here in Syracuse at 2CW number 50. And then in a referee stoppage, lost the American Dragon. And he finds himself in the ring right now with Moose, and it's been a war of attrition. Both these two men are down. I think the next big one might signal a victory here.
That match with the American Dragon, if I remember correctly, was a week after he had returned to the WWE at SummerSlam. Amazing the talent that wants to compete in 2CW over the years, that continues to try to get into the company over the years. Hold on. Whoa!
The winner of this match,
There are a lot of shocked faces in the crowd right now, and the most shocked is Moose. So many close calls in this contest, John. And Freddie able to take advantage in that quick opportunity, picks up the 3 in one of the biggest victories of his career. A former 2CW heavyweight champion. What a match that was.
You took the words right out of my mouth there. One of the biggest wins I think Jay Freddie has ever had.
I mean, literally. That is huge for old JF.
And a show of respect.
And we have the pleasure here tonight to be seeing all these great 2CW originals back in action. Some that have continued their careers all over the world. Some who had retired and have come back this weekend, a whole mix. And those mixed together on this card with great Impact superstars like Moose, superstars from AEW like Thunder Rosa, Daniel Garcia, MLW represented, Ring of Honor, their former world champion at Dalton Castle. There's Jay Freddie here getting all the love from the fans that he has just battled for so many times over the years. Again, what a couple days here for Freddie. I think I made the comment last night, John, that I didn't think Freddie was going to make it to Syracuse today. Not only did he make it, he just beat Moose.
He beat Moose,
in one of the most hard-hitting matches we've ever seen in 2CW. What a contest.
And he can walk to the back. That is amazing, the punishment he took in that match. And we are moving forward. Don't go anywhere. This is 2CW Older,
All
Fatter,
right, the
Balder.
next contest scheduled for one fall. Your referee is Jason Massey. Introducing first, from Schenectady, New York, the Spice Ranger, Kayla Sparks.
Kayla Sparks returning to 2CW, was on the very first show all the way back in 2006. Recently restarted her career in pro wrestling. We saw her compete in a match that was taped last week at Arthur Ashe Stadium for AEW that aired on Monday on Dark Elevation against someone else who's here tonight in Thunder Rosa. And we did not know Kayla was going to be here tonight.
No, quite the very good surprise to see her here. She was on the shelf for a long time, 14 years out of professional wrestling. Started wrestling at 13 years old. Concussions would eventually derail her young career, but she's back at it. She's got a movie coming up about her life as well. Had a red carpet premiere last night, Against the Ropes it's called.
And her opponents, she hails from St. Paul, Minnesota, Rachael Ellering.
Great to see Rachael Ellering here. I know she's very excited to be here in 2CW. This will be quite the contest, our first of two women's matches here tonight at the 2CW reunion. Sparks and Ellering.
The Queen of Strong Smile.
Yes, indeed.
Smiles all around as she comes out here. And this, again, as you mentioned, the first of two women's matches tonight in a promotion which ran the Girls Grand Prix 1 and 2. We've always wanted to bring you the very best women's matches that we could. And this right here, very exciting to see as Rachael Ellering makes her 2CW debut. Second generation professional, trained by Lance Storm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, at the Storm Wrestling Academy, the only female in her graduating class.
Alberta, Canada. Nice handshake there.
Yeah. That's what I said, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, absolutely.
I appreciated the pause.
Yeah.
As
But I
these
don't
two
think-
lock up.
I don't think Lance Storm smiles as much as Rachael does, though.
No.
No.
Of course, Rachael Ellering, for a time known as Rachel Evers. Spent time with WWE, made an appearance last year with AEW, now member of the Impact roster, former Wrestle Circus, Lady of the Ring champion, has been all over the place. And great to see her here in 2CW for the first time.
Was a champion power lifter before getting into professional wrestling. Presently a former Knockouts tag team champion with Jordan Grace in Impact. And she's going to work on the arm of Kayla Sparks. And Kayla's had a few matches since coming back from her long layoff, but you have to wonder maybe if there's still a little bit of rust there, being out of professional wrestling so long. Even though that she started at 13, it's not quite like riding a bike.
Certainly not here is now, well, what is Rachael looking for here? You mentioned that tag title run in Impact with Jordan Grace. That was earlier this year. Kind of ended up as a tag team together, and great chemistry kind of immediately shown before they had dropped those titles back to Fire and Flava. As Ellering taking control here in the center of the ring.
Kayla back in 2CW in 2006, and she eats a big shoulder tackle. Rachael has power, can use her power moves also very quick around the ring, and here's a pinning predicament, gets two. And a big European uppercut lunging right in and driving it into the chin of Kayla Sparks.
And nice accuracy there from Ellering, who had to go downward with that shot, but it was able to connect right where she wanted it there to the head of Sparks, and now takes her down. A little mat wrestling here. And Kayla from nearby Schenectady, New York.
Will go behind from Kayla. And Rachael now driving her down, maybe thinking an armbar here. Mentioned Rachael can get all over the ring, one of her finishing maneuvers. She bounces off the ropes, twisting leg drop. Very successful with that maneuver. That said, she's going to have to do a lot more to keep Kayla Sparks down to even be able to set that up. Mentioned second generation for Rachael as well. Her dad, in case you didn't know, is Precious Paul Ellering, one of the best managers in professional wrestling history. Longtime manager of the Road Warriors. That being said, Rachael charting her own path, going into Canada to train initially and has been pro ever since, starting that training after working as a power lifter, winning a bronze medal at the World Championships in South Africa in 2004.
Certainly a lot of strength, a lot of power behind her shots, and that chop as well on the outside of the ring.
Heavy, heavy shot right there. Now showing a little bit of disrespect here for Kayla Sparks. Chatting with one of our wonderful fans at ringside.
Kayla spent a lot of her time in a tag team, the Diva Killers back in the day, and just recently returning to the ring. But last week, wrestling Thunder Rosa for AEW in front of 20,177 fans at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
There's that bottom rope springboard leg drop, and Kayla Sparks kicks out. 20,000 fans in a non-wrestling venue, mind you. Never had professional wrestling before.
And once again, that strength of Ellering on display, but Kayla able to step down and away and kick her way back to the offensive here.
And Zagiri from the Spice Ranger, as she is known. And the count being put on. Again, this is 2CW's Older, Fatter, and Balder. We're on only match number 5. Still a lot left to go.
Another uniquely named show for Squared Circle Wrestling.
That being said, not the strangest one. And I know you're looking up to get the exact wording right now. DDT off the top rope from Kayla Sparks. Does she have enough left in the tank to make the cover here? She does, and hooks the leg. And Rachael Ellering kicks out. Go ahead. I know you want to say it.
July 19th, 2015, 2CW in Oswego presented. We booked this show because it was literally the only available date for the Young Bucks. That was the name of the show. It's a really long hashtag, too. Hashtag 2CW reunion, a little easier tonight. Cover! Got her!
That's it.
The winner of this match, Rachael Ellering.
Rachael Ellering with the victory here tonight in Syracuse, New York, in our first women's contest of the evening. She will head back to the Twin Cities with the W. And certainly we'll see as her career continues to rise here in the wrestling world.
And for Kayla Sparks, the road back continues. It's hard to pick something up where you left off after a 14-year layoff. No matter how good you may have been before, shutting it down, it's a process. And she gave Rachael her what for, hit that big DDT. And the fans appreciative of her giving that effort. Again, 14 years, a long time to be on the shelf, but she's getting back after it. Again, that movie about her life is called Against the Ropes.
Yeah, definitely we'll be checking that out. You mentioned the premiere taking place last night. The official description saying this is a coming-of-age real-life story of Kayla Sparks, a high school girl training for pro wrestling. She will have to overcome peer pressure, ultra-conservative parents, and constraints of her own sexuality. Against the Ropes, the series. I'm looking forward to checking that out.
All right, you guys still with us or what?
What a show so far. We're
You
still in the
ready to
first
go
half,
home?
and I believe we're going to close out the first half here with
We got a lot
quite
more work
the
to do,
mix of
including
talent.
this next one here. This next match is a 6-man scramble match.
We have had some pretty good scrambles
Your
over the
referee
years.
is Ted Stillwater. Introducing first, from Syracuse, New York, 189 pounds, the Moonlight Sun, Mike Skyros.
The Moonlight Sun, Mike Skyros, fresh off a victory over Slick Wagner Brown last night, channeling Venom as he comes out here.
A huge, huge victory for Skyros last night in Binghamton, a former 2CW heavyweight champion. He held that title for less than a day, but it still goes in the record books nonetheless. And his career has only continued to grow in the years since then.
And he took it off Nick Ando.
Up next, hailing from Tampa, Florida, 220 pounds, the Juggernaut, Jason Axe.
Speaking of 2CW heavyweight champions, one of the most successful wrestlers in Squared Circle Wrestling history, Jason Axe, coming out of retirement to be here this weekend, bloodying Jay Freddie last night, and he will be participant number 2 in our scramble. 2CW heavyweight champion, 2CW tag team champion, 2CW Grand Prix champion. He did it all.
One of the hardest hitters over the years. Vicious, violent. Has never really cared much for the fans.
Violent, I think that's an understatement after what we saw last night.
That was scary.
Contestant number 3, he hails from down by the beach, 200 pounds, Cheech.
Participant number 3 was in an epic tag team encounter last night. Someone that's been 2CW through and through, even though he originally came in with a warring faction from NWA Upstate. But we love him. It is Cheech, part of 2 Infinity and Beyond. One of the most underrated guys out there right now.
Without question. First saw Cheech wrestle back in the Special K faction in Ring of Honor all the way back in the day. And he's another guy who's just gotten better and better over the years. So much tag team success, but we've seen him in singles classics, including against the phenomenal AJ Styles here in 2CW. You mentioned that match last night in the main event at Living on the Edge 11 as he teamed with Colin Delaney against Dark Order. The night before that, he wrestled with Colin for AEW at the Blue Cross Arena.
Contestant number 4.
And we're only halfway through
He
finding out
hails
who's in this
from
match.
Binghamton, New York, weighing 230 pounds, the hybrid, Sean Carr.
Another former 2CW heavyweight champion who may have gone a slight attitude change since we have seen him. Not one for the better either.
No, I was a little surprised by his actions and his comments last night in his hometown of Binghamton. And I mean, Sean Carr is certainly another one who's been making a bigger and bigger name for himself since the closing of 2CW back in 2015. And he's back in 2CW for this reunion. A little bit of a different attitude, a little bit of a different hairstyle, but still that mix of some high flying, some hard hitting, some of the most pinpoint accurate super kicks you're ever going to see. So we've got 4 of the 6 here.
He might be the only one with more hair than everybody else.
Contestant number 5. He hails hails from Baltimore, Maryland, 175 pounds, Rich Swann!
Time to have a little fun. Bust out your dancing shoes at home.
Sean Carr does not want to dance right now, but we saw Mr. All Night Long last night dance the night away in Binghamton. As the fans all on their feet right now, clapping along to the theme of the number 10 ranked wrestler in the PWI Top 500. A guy that's only 30, but yet is a seasoned, experienced veteran that's traveled the world.
I'm sorry I zoned out for a second because I just love this song.
Who doesn't
But I
love
agree
this
with
song?
everything you just
Yeah,
said.
I hope so.
Quick draw, John McGraw. Feeling it here, a little Lionel Richie. Wait for it to really kick in, though.
There we go. So, all right now we've got 5 of 6. We've got Sean Carr, we've got Rich Swann, we've got Mike Skyros, we've got Cheech, we've got Jason X, and we've got 1 referee.
Yeah, Lionel Richie.
Who doesn't love Lionel Richie? For that matter, who doesn't love Rich Swann?
Absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
Rich Swann, so good to see him back in 2CW. And again, so great to see how his career has progressed. He spent years and years in 2CW, singles matches, tag team matches, moves on, Impact World Championship victory, and this year, the number 10 ranked wrestler in the entire world by Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Such a pleasure to have him back, and busted out those dance moves after the opening contest last night, and we're right back to the fun here tonight.
That might have been a moose pump right there, too. Those are some serious dance moves. Again, an experienced veteran. We saw Daniel Garcia earlier. He's 23. Rich Swann, when he was 23, already was working all over the world at Dragon Gate, teaming with current New Japan champion Shingo Takagi. That was when Rich was 23. And now look at him. And look at that split. I think if anybody else did that, we might need to call the paramedics.
It hurts to watch it.
Yeah.
All right, 5 out of 6.
Well, who's it going to be? We still got a lot of guys back there.
And competitor number 6, hailing from Queens, New York, weighing 300 pounds, he is the Kaz XL, W. Morrissey!
Oh boy. Looking at some of the reactions in the ring, especially Cheech, who did not see this coming. I mean, that's the aspect here. We didn't know what to expect, but these wrestlers not really knowing what to expect as well, as this gigantic powerhouse, who we once knew as Big Cass, W. Morrissey, just stepping into the ring that easily.
I mean, the size, as I guess Enzo would say, you can't teach that.
No, you definitely can't.
No, he is.
He just stepped from the floor into the ring with 2 steps in about a half a second. Who does that?
W. Morrissey.
Yeah, you're right. This is quite the 6-man scramble here.
And Cheech has already walked down the entryway. I don't think he wants anything necessarily to do with W. Morrissey, nor do I think anybody else does.
Skyros, Axe, Carr, Cheech, Swann, Morrissey. What a mix.
Who's going to draw the short straw and jump in there first to test W. Morrissey?
I wouldn't want to.
No. I'm fine here. And we've got 6 wrestlers, 1 referee. It's a 2CW scramble. Cheech thinking about it. He's not too sure. Meanwhile, Jason X stalking along ringside. You just saw him move across your camera view. Everybody's waiting for a tag in, and I don't think one is coming.
All right, well.
Okay.
Morrissey's going to let others start this contest since Nobody wanted a piece of him to start.
Oh, okay, so looks like it's going to be Sean Carr and Mike Skyros. These two have a bit of history. Of course, Sean Carr, former 2CW heavyweight champion, won the championship in a four-way featuring Mike Skyros and Binghamton, ultimately pinning Jason Axe in that four-way match to win the championship, albeit said title run ended when the lights went out in Watertown on November 29th, and the Death Machine, Sami Callihan, emerged to shock everybody and win the heavyweight championship from Sean Carr. And Sean just has kind of gotten a little angrier and bitter ever since. Beautiful rolling cradle by Mike Skyros. And a drop kick.
Nicely done by the Moonlight Sun.
Mike's career just getting going as 2CW was ending. Just kind of unfortunate timing with that, and he slams right into Sean Carr with that mosh pit style leap. And it's still striking to see Sean Carr, just his attitude now though. Oh wow. Blue Thunder Bomb and Cheech wisely in to break it up. I believe this is one fall to a finish. It's not an elimination style. So if you don't get in and break it up, that's it.
So Cheech helping out 4 others there as well to keep this contest going.
The Psycho knee from Cheech.
Oh, almost seeing that big clap we used to see. Oh.
Hello. Jason Axe returning from retirement last night. He has pretty much been retired since 2CW closed.
Nicely done there by Cheech.
Enziguri from Jason Axe, a 2CW original, made his debut on show number 1, Living on the Edge, back in April 2006. And in comes Mr. All Night Long. Jason Axe does not want to dance, nor does he want to smile or generally be a nice person.
No, never.
Wait a second, it's Kid and Play.
Oh, now Axe goes to the outside.
Oh boy, here we go. Rich might want to turn around. There is a mountain of a man behind him. A man that certainly has turned his life around, and we are so pleased that he's here. Well, I don't think Jason Axe is, oh my goodness, is going to win that argument. And Morrissey with that big right-handed shot. Morrissey laying waste to everybody.
Oh, and here's Cheech. Oh, he's looking to fly, but Axe coming in out of nowhere to stop that attempt.
Took too much time, and now a gut buster. Jason Axe driving those knees up into the midsection of Cheech, and Mike Skyros tagging himself in.
Yeah, Axe wasn't too happy about that. Skyros going right to Cheech here.
Skyros, a big striker, about 8 years as a pro. Again, we mentioned already a win over Slick Wagner Brown this weekend for Mike Skyros. Innovative offense from Cheech. He doesn't see Sean Carr coming in from the blind side.
Showboating here from Sean Carr. Steps on and over Cheech. And disrespect there from the hybrid. Look at the quickness here from Cheech.
Hang on just a second. We've got Axe and Cheech now. Wait a second. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, my word.
Holy cow.
W. Morrissey taking everybody out. I don't think we can say it better than that. Now Rich Swann comes in. Oh my word, what a spin kick to the side of the skull of the Moonlight Sun. And again, we've got Rich Swann and W. Morrissey. The educated feet of Mr. 450. Oh my word, a big boot from W. Morrissey. And this might be the only option to take him out. Everybody teaming up, and Jason Axe coming in with a splash in the corner. Now Carr with an E-strike, and Cheech cannonballs himself in. Nope. Still not going to get the clap.
I mean, some of us try to avoid that.
Got to go up the street for that here. Now Cheech wants to fly here. I think we're going to see it. If you've seen Cheech before, you know what's coming, in the crowd solidly behind him, and Cheech knocks everybody down on the floor.
Air Cheech. Breaking out his best Vanna White skills here right in front of us in the entranceway. I mentioned Cheech, one of the most underrated wrestlers in the world. Especially the week that he's having right now.
Right.
If a major promotion doesn't sign him, and I mean, after this week, I'm going to be shocked. Well deserving here.
Yeah, Fisherman's Buster from Axe, and wait a minute. Axe and Carr forming a team here, but it does not end well. Double clothesline from W. Morrissey.
Oh.
Carr fighting it a little bit. Still fighting it. Finally, he's up and down he goes. And Jason Axe is in the wrong part of downtown Syracuse.
Oh, boy. Jason Axe almost hit the roof here at the Alien Opera House. That's got to be it.
It is.
The winner of this match, W. Morrissey.
Well, it looked like for a moment that everybody was going to kind of try to gang up and take Morrissey out. That did not last very long. We even saw a partnership for just a moment between Sean Carr and Jason Axe, who what we thought would never happen, some of the wars that they've had, but in the end, Jason Axe eats a massive choke slam from W. Morrissey. What a battle we just witnessed. The six-man scramble. W. Morrissey scrambling the competition. Hang on, we're not done. And Sean Carr eats a big boot. And Rich Swann, he doesn't want any of that. He's hightailing it out of here. And the fans egging W. Morrissey on. He's looking around ringside to see who has not vacated. Sean Carr is still out there. And W. Morrissey just simply stalking him like a predator and its prey. Another big boot for Sean Carr, and they may have to scrape him off the floor here in Syracuse.
What a performance here. Great to see W. Morrissey back at it and looking better than ever in the wrestling world. A lot still to come in his pro wrestling career. Great to have him here at 2CW.
Absolutely. What a great thing to have all these
guys. Just a quick reminder, front row ticket holders.
So we know here
at the
tonight,
end of the show,
TCW's Older.Fatter.Balder. We still have 4 big matches to come after an intermission. We're going to take a timeout here, a brief intermission on the broadcast. But you'll have a treat during intermission. Those watching at home, a classic match from 2CW history.
The lovely ladies at the merchandise stand over there.
From
and check out,
Binghamton,
they're working hard this evening.
Monday night,
check out all of the 2CW merchandise.
I know this one.
I've been here
Sammy
from the beginning.
Last match,
and I didn't even have the magazine. I picked up a couple of the magazines tonight. So make sure you visit over at the 2CW merchandise.
Quote unquote New York. as the Callahan Death Machine, Sami Callihan, of course, the current 2CW heavyweight champion after he returned to 2CW following that stint in quote-unquote New York. Sami Callihan taking on Mr. Monday Nights, Rob Van Dam. You will see that during the intermission, a classic from 2CW from 2013, RVD against Sami Callihan. That'll be during the intermission. We'll have the countdown clock. We'll be back with you with the second half of action. So much still to come. We've talked about the first time ever match, Davey Richards and Alex Shelley. First time singles meeting. That's still to come. We still have Dark Order to come. We have Mercedes Martinez against Thunder Rosa.
My word. Ooh.
I mean, I feel like we've already seen 100 main events here tonight.
And there's still more.
And there's all that and more still to come.
Absolutely. So enjoy this match, because when this match was announced that you're going to be watching, probably the loudest roar I've ever heard in Binghamton. When that match was announced between Sami and RVD at an evening for Mr. Monday Night when it was announced, and then when they came out in Binghamton, just turn your speakers down.
a dream. We started a wrestling promotion. And then like the WWE started seeing our talent. And we gave them the big middle finger. And then we had to go back in time. But when we went back in time, it just messed up everything else.
It's okay, Tate. You're back here in good old 2021.
2021?
I know the story, dude. I had to bring you here to the future because we have a 2CW show to save you.
I know we're trying to save the world, but like, you told me that we couldn't have any fans in the building, and it's just not a 2CW show if we can't have fans. Where are my fans?
Oh, they're right over there on my hope chest. Oh my God, it's my brother. Quick, put your pants back.
Sorry, Josh, I know you mean well, but 2CW is nothing without its fans. I need to stop myself from stopping 2CW. What is this fight?
Jack Trees, you old bastard, where you going? Trees, where you going? We're gonna go out and watch a 14-hour fish concert.
Jack Trades. Jack Trades, wait. Oh my God. You're the future? I have to tell you about the future. On the night you go back and stop 2CW from existing, terrible things are going to happen. Must not stop 2CW from happening. Keep 2CW going. But why? I mean, it just made us miserable. But it gets so much worse. You have to believe me. The world depends on it. The world? I guess. I mean, you put it that way. Great. I have to get back. I'm sure. But wait! Is there anything else I should know about for the future? Your future hasn't been written yet. No evidence. Your future is what you're thinking.
The following contest is a 4-team tag team match. Introducing first team number 1, accompanied by Triple S, She-Height, Suicide Sweet. From the House of Sod, 9 feet 11 inches tall, weighing 911 pounds. Dirty Bomb Dewey and Bin Hamin.
Well, we are back. 2CW's Older, Fatter.
You all infidels of Syracuse, you wanted the real bad guy? Well, I'm back. It's the Hamin Victory 2021 Tour, sponsored by ProWrestlingTees.com/Bin Hamin. Too easy. Oh, you want some words, infidels? Victory in Afghanistan. 20 years of 9/11 truth. 33% higher gas prices. And only 3 or 4 more vaccinations. And you might not be sick, you stupid, pathetic infidel morons. Every lie you've told has come back to destroy you. America is a dead dream, and the total victory of Bin Hamin reigns supreme. YOLO! Ya Mohammed! Ya Hamin!
Did you think that a 2CW reunion show in Syracuse, New York was ever gonna occur without the legend, Rusty Hardwood? Bin Hamin, I am glad you took some time from recording that podcast no one listens to with irrelevant wrestlers. I'm glad you took some time from being a weirdo on Twitter to come have a match with the legend, Rusty Hardwood, who got his spot in 2CW. Now let me tell you, I can't do it alone. I gotta do it with one of the originals, one of the best to do it. Take a look. I know he's familiar to you. The Beast. The time for talk is over, 2CW. Let's say we get down to business. Team number 3, Studley, Steve McKenzie, Steve Kruz, Killer Steve!
Well, we're back here with tag team action, and why do they keep giving Bin Hamin the mic every time? Either way, Rob Sanderson
takes it.
Yeah, Rob Sanderson, John McGraw back with you. We're back live, Paul, for a tag team match, and Rusty Hardwood, the legend. I can't believe he's finally here.
I don't think we've seen him since the Rome Rumbless.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And he's going to team with the Beast here. So we've got Hamin's Hackers, Hardwood and the Beast and the Killer Steves.
Team number 4.
Oh, we got another team.
First, hailing from his mom's basement, weighing in at 2,544 number 2 pencils, he is a student of the game, Stuart Snodgrass.
We saw Stuart Snodgrass make his 2CW debut last night at Living on the Edge 11 in Binghamton. He's got the backpack back. I still don't know what's in it. I'm still curious.
And
but I'm more curious who his partner is.
Partner? Where's his partner?
What? No way!
It can't be!
The crowd's on its feet!
They know who it is.
We know this
Mexico,
song!
New York!
Wow! Oh my word, I never thought we'd see him again.
Güero Loca, Vida, whatever you want to call him, he's back here in 2CW. What a surprise here tonight.
And he's teaming with Stuart.
What an interesting team that's going to be. They're kind of color coordinated here. Oh, Stuart.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Don't know if that'll work in study hall or not, but sure. So let's flow with the music. So we've got Hamin's Hackers. We've got Rusty Hardwood and the Beast. We've got the Killer Steves, who seem very blasé about everything from their entrance. And then we've got Stuart Snodgrass and Loca Vida, Guerrero Loco, whatever you want to call him. He was pretty loco at the end when we saw him against Steve McKenzie after their team, the Electric Killer Dream Machine, broke up. But a lot of 2CW originals in the ring right now, and Rusty's there too, and Stuart. Stuart actually beat Brute VanSlyke last night. And
so it's not for a second there I thought maybe we were going to have one of the classic matches in 2CW with a 6-man, but this is an 8-man match, a 4-way tag team contest. And you can see Studley Steve here talking about the mask of Guerrero Loca. Wait a minute, what?
Hang on. He just pulled something out of his trunks.
Another mask?
I don't know. And, these two have a long, long history with one another. I mentioned they were tag team partners after Steve Kruz retired, and Steve McKenzie teamed with Loca Vida, immediately going right to the mask. We saw them in a hair versus mask match at 2CW's 2 sets that Steve McKenzie won.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the unmasking there at 2 sets, the final show of 2CW in 2015, one of the most shocking moments ever. There was a long pause and hesitation, but he did unmask, and
he did.
And I never thought we would see him again, but then again, I never thought we'd see a 2CW show again. And here we are in October of 2021.
October? Oh yeah. It is October 1st, more than 2,000 days since 2CW's last show. We're here one last time. And that's Steve Kruz in the ring right now. And here comes Stuart and Steve Kruz. Simple but effective drop toe hold from Stuart Snodgrass, who primarily wrestles out of the Carolinas. And Loca Vida might want to get some hand sanitizer after that tag to the boot of Stuart. Who knows what things are on the floor down in Mom's basement.
Stuart helping a little bit there. A student of the game. Double drop toe hold there. Stuart Snodgrass, a 16-time world champion in spelling bee.
16 times.
16 times.
Wow. Seems like a lot. So we finally see Ben Hamin in the ring. You know, it's a 2CW reunion. You were happy to see everybody. Not this guy.
Most everybody.
Who let him back in?
Almost everybody.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Stuart putting up his fists, ready to fight.
Well, Stuart's here to stand up to bullies everywhere, and there's no bigger bully than Ben Hamin. Right to the eyes of Stuart Snodgrass. Hopefully Stuart's got something in his backpack that can maybe help him out here, maybe. I'll say, though, I've been surprised with the teamwork of Stuart and Loca Vida, as I thought there would have been an issue, but seamless teaming in the early going.
Very interesting pairing here in this contest. A lot of familiarity here in this match. Of course, great to see the Beast came to his senses after the time he was kind of brainwashed by Hamin. Was able to break out of that.
Unfortunately for PD Order, not so much. Still with Ben Hamin, and really that abdominal stretches in deep in the corner, and the referee can't see what Ben Hamin's doing here, as he's got a hold of that rope. Well, he did have it for a moment and let go. And Loca trying to fire up the crowd here. He is very good at that. An accomplished singles and tag wrestler. Still, we'll never forget that match with AJ Styles.
Absolutely.
That he had at the past time, and that's one way to stop it. I mean, grab him right by the beard.
I'll never forget Loca Vida diving off the balcony in Rochester.
That's right. Oh dear, oh my. I'm not sure if that's legal or not. With the purple nurple. Oh dear. I don't even know what to call this here. And a big splash follows that up. And a kick out at 2 from Stuart, the master of the final exam. It's study hall over right now, and we've got one of the Killer Steves in, Steve Kruz. Killer Steves, of course, are one of 2CW's original tag teams, debuted on night 1 against All Money Is Legal, masters of the tables match in just about every tag team tables match in 2CW. And a double flapjack on Stuart from Studley Steve. McKenzie, who's now in the ring with that cover. And it's 1 fall to a finish, so Ben Hamin and PD Order in to break up the count.
Well,
and in comes the Beast, and he's going to get him some of Ben Hamin.
No control of this contest right now.
Now it's all broken down here. There's 1 referee and we've got 4 teams. Hang on. The Beast directing traffic here. Hang on, Rusty Hardwood's going up top. Well, maybe not for Loca Vida. Here comes Rusty. Air Rusty Hardwood. Taking out everybody. He's been working on that trampoline, hasn't he?
He is something else, that Rusty Hardwood.
He's been waiting to be on the show, told no so long, and
he's persistent.
Yeah.
He wanted his spot, and here he is. Dreams do come true.
Steve Kruz, this is not going to come true, trying to give a German suplex to the Beast, and that did not go well. Double team from the Steves, lights out kick and a flatliner. Takes out the Beast.
Stuart still hurting in the corner.
Well, so we're down to the Killer Steves, it looks like, with Stuart and Rusty. And now a double team on Rusty Hardwood from the Killer Steves. And down goes Rusty, and the most experienced of the 4 teams, the Killer Steves, who've been at this for some time. Hang on just a minute. Stuart dialing up the Dream with a bionic elbow.
Nicely done. What kind of insults do you think Stuart uses people?
I don't know.
I'm gonna beat you up, Buster.
Yeah, why not? Oh, hang on a moment. He's using Rusty as a weapon right now.
Spinning around like the top of his hat.
I don't think Stuart realizes his partner's in there.
He's gonna make himself dizzy.
Yeah, this is not gonna end well. Hang on, no, Rusty gave it up. Rusty gave it up. I thought I heard a bell. Maybe not. And in comes Ben Hamin, and the referee's going to bail out here. We did hear a bell, so Stuart Snodgrass's team with Loca Vida victorious, but the Beast and Ben Hamin get a brawl to the outside. There's another one of Ben Hamin's lackeys has that flag. And the brawl is still going on here. Fighting into the back. And so Stuart Snodgrass, 2 matches this weekend, 2 improbable victories. Last night pinning Brute VanSlyke. And I think they might need to get a dizzy Stuart scraped off the mat here after those airplane spins.
The winners of this match, Stuart Snodgrass and Loca Vida!
Oh, poor Stuart.
Oh, Stuart.
But if there's anything that's going to bring him back to life, it's some Ricky Martin and some dancing.
Stuart still kind of on his feet, sweaty, certainly Put a lot of effort into that contest. I don't know if...
there we go.
Do you think the weight will drop down a little bit after that match from his official weight this morning of 2,544 number 2 pencils?
That's a lot of number 2 pencils.
Still don't know what that weight would be in number 1 pencils.
No.
Or what the difference is between those
No,
pencils.
or markers, yeah, no.
Or why people still use pencils.
So the improbable return. Hey.
Well, whoa, we get this guy away from the table.
Get out of here.
No, get this guy away from the table.
Hey.
Where's security?
Security, anybody? Anyone? Someone? Classified. Wait a second. Classified what?
Vaccine fakeness. Ban this YouTube. Ban this video. Vaccine.
Hey.
Ben Hamin trying to get this shut down. The free live stream on YouTube.
Shut this down, pal. He's gone, thankfully.
That was uncomfortable. Where the hell is security?
You guys still ready? Good.
I've been asking myself
Good,
that.
because we're not done yet. Your referee for the next contest is Jason Massey. And that next contest we speak of is scheduled for 1 fall. Exactly. Introducing first, contestant number 1 from Othello, Washington, 202 pounds, the American Wolf, Davey Richards.
Here we go. First time ever anywhere. Not a tag team match, a straight singles match. The gentleman that is now in the ring, now known as the American Wolf, Davey Richards. And he is going to go one-on-one with Alex Shelley. You're only seeing it here in 2CW.
I'm still in disbelief that the singles match has never happened over the years. And what a treat it is that it's happening here tonight. These two have battled each other in this promotion before in tag team action. December of 2010, here in Syracuse, 3 blocks down the road, the American Wolves against the Motor City Machine Guns. Tonight we get the singles match, and this is gonna be something.
And his opponent, he hails from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 215 pounds, Alex Shelley!
And there is contestant number 2. Again, you mentioned it, Rob, Nightmare Before Christmas. It was a dream match at the time. Little did we know, in 2021, we'd have Alex Shelley and Davey Richards at a 2CW reunion. We've seen Alex here primarily in tag team competition with the Motor City Machine Guns, of course, longtime partners of Chris Sabin. Davey was here as part of the American Wolves with Eddie Edwards, a former 2CW tag team champion. Also has wrestled in singles competition. Davey recently coming off a very long layoff, had his first match in nearly 4 years, not too long ago. But since then, he has been shot out of a cannon, literally wrestling everywhere. And for a guy that was on the shelf for nearly 4 years, he looks absolutely fantastic.
I believe this will be Davey's 7th appearance here in 2CW. You mentioned all the classics with Alex Shelley, but thinking of one of the singles matches, you think back to Living on the Edge 9 in Watertown, New York. Opening the show, it was Alex Shelley versus Kevin Steen at the time. Of course, Kevin Owens currently. What a contest that was. As everybody was wearing togas that night. It was a very fun night, very comfortable night in Watertown, and this is such a treat. These two, and they know each other so well.
They do.
From the same region, have been in the same companies. Both are veterans, and here we go. First ever singles match.
But never really have wrestled. They've been kind of the same places, more or less at different times, whereas Alex may have been in TNA when Davey was in ROH, and then Alex was in Japan. Davey was in ROH, so it's never really kind of come together for them to have a match, but now we've got one.
And we've seen Davey Richards reignite his career He's already had some fantastic matches, especially in the last couple of months. Made his way to MLW. Had an absolute classic in Chicago against Daniel Garcia. Those two are going to meet in Buffalo again next weekend. All right, now they're focused on each other here. I mean, when you've known somebody for so long and it's your first time meeting them, you definitely want that victory. A lot of pride on the line here tonight. And still a lot to come here after this contest as well. What a magical night here in Syracuse for this hashtag 2CW reunion.
A very aggressive collar and elbow tie-up to start. Now a Greco-Roman knuckle lock from Davey Richards. I got to be honest, I just want to sit here and watch these two. I don't even want to talk. That's not going to happen, of course, but... Now Alex applying the stranglehold. The very successful tag team wrestler. Has had singles gold. Was at one time an X Division champion. But primarily Alex succeeding in the tag ranks as part of the Motor City Machine Guns in TNA, and then as part of the Time Splitters in New Japan. Davey has won championships everywhere, both as a singles wrestler and a tag team wrestler. We could go through both their resumes, but if you're watching, you pretty much know them.
Nice takeover there by Davey. A little bit of a more slow-paced, technical, thought-out start to this contest. Not the man rushing anything here.
Yeah, the feeling out process, I think would be the best way to describe it. And Davey immediately looking there for a move out of the Sami Callihan arsenal. Just wrenching on that leg. A plethora of submissions in Davey's arsenal, as well as strikes and kicks. He's going to just wrench on that arm, try to pull it out of the socket.
And say also this match is sellout at the curtain as well. Everybody's been looking forward to this contest. There's been so much buzz on the internets.
The interwebs, yeah.
Certainly could main event any show in the world, and here we've got it as part of our second half action here at 2CW's Older, Fatter, Balder. But both of these guys in just as much tip-top shape as they've ever been in their careers.
And Davey able to wriggle free from Alex Shelley's submission maneuver and grab a leg, but quickly Alex realizing where the ropes were reached out. And he's going to slide to the outside and create a little bit of space, maybe try to rethink a game plan here. As Davey's so adept at breaking down a body part and just driving fists and shins into it. With the background that he has prior to wrestling, training, I believe, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, among other things.
Shelley stepping back in here. And Richards ready to attack.
Alex testing out the knee, make sure it's good to go there. He's going to grab a side headlock.
Maybe trying to power his way out there, but Shelley holding on.
Really wrenching in that headlock right in the middle of the ring, too, just kind of squeezing the ear of Davey Richards.
All these holds so far in this match, just so tight, so much pressure. Shelley tried to hold on, but couldn't. And almost what Davey needed there. Hold on.
Right into the surfboard, and Davey had that set up immediately when he went into the pin. He figured that Alex was going to kick out. He hung on, rolled right through, keeping the control there. And he turns it into a pinning combination. Now Alex Shelley turns that around into a surfboard of his own.
I already feel like I'm watching artwork, John.
Perfect ring positioning as well, right in the middle of the squared circle. Into a pinning combination, gets two. And now Davey Richards, his turn to go to the outside, maybe rethink some things a little bit. We saw Daniel Garcia earlier. He's a very intense young man. Davey Richards has that much intensity and a heck of a lot more.
There's always that one guy.
Really? Really? This is why we can't have nice things. And a little bit of a handshake there, and that was a short-lived handshake. Davey going right to the midsection of Alex Shelley. You do not want to turn your back or keep your gaze away from the feet of Davey Richards. They could strike at any moment. Big-time knee from Alex Shelley, and it looks like the intensity might have just upticked a notch. But still very measured. Alex has been doing this a while. He's not going to rush in, try to make a mistake. He's going to take his time. If you rush in too quick, Davey's going to kick you in the head.
Shelley able to cut that one off. Stops Davey, knocks him down. Davey looking to see where he is. Whoa.
Well, Alex baited him in. Now the ace crusher over the top rope from Alex Shelley. Up and over he comes with a big splash. And Davey Richards kicks out.
Shelley using the ring to his advantage there. Those steel cables with a little bit of tape on top of them. Using that almost as a legal weapon, so to speak, here. Adding it to the arsenal. What a match this is so far.
Do not turn away from the screen. You might be liable to miss something. Here goes Davey for the ride. Now a short-lived sleeper. And a vicious dragon screw leg whip from Davey Richards after dropping Alex Shelley knee first onto his own knee.
And Shelley smartly rolling to the outside, trying to get at least a second to try to recuperate here, but Davey right back on the attack like a true American wolf.
A lone wolf now. And he did not miss with that kick whatsoever a moment ago. Right into the arm of Alex Shelley. Again, Davey recently coming back off a long layoff. Stopped wrestling in 2017 and now back in 2021. Still remember the announcement on social media when it was said he was coming back. Lit the internet on fire.
Of course, in that American Wolves tag team, Davey Richards teaming for so long with really a 2CW original in Eddie Edwards, who one of the top stars in the history of this promotion. So many classic matches. Victorious last night in quite the four-way surprise match in Binghamton against Josh Alexander, Dalton, Castle, and Moose. Amazing contest there. What a weekend this has been for 2CW, and you still have a weekend after
this.
Friday. It's only Friday night. It was the best Thursday ever last night. And we are enjoying this Friday night here in downtown-ish Syracuse, New York. The Alien Opera House, terrific venue. It is packed here.
And just a vicious knee right there. And I know I used that word a moment ago, but it only seems kind of apropos for what Davey Richards right now is trying to do to Alex Shelley's knee. And Davey's got an impressive array of submission maneuvers. And he thought about the figure four, and all of a sudden now we've got, it sounds like a 50-50 split in the crowd. One half for Davey Richards, the other for Alex Shelley. Well, and Davey becoming too preoccupied with the crowd. That gives Alex Shelley an opening. Big knife edge chops, and Davey quickly goes to the leg. And now we'll lock on the figure four right in the middle of the ring. Davey, a former 2CW Tag Team Champion with Eddie Edwards. They won the title, shocking everybody at Living on the Edge 5, beating Up in Smoke. only to lose them to a very dastardly team at the time of Colin, Delaney, and Jimmy Olsen, or Colin Olsen, I guess, then the Olsen twins. And Alex Shelley reaching out. He'll get a break here. We saw Davey wrestle Nick Ando for the 2CW Heavyweight Championship one time. That was the only blemish on the captain's resume. Got disqualified, though retained the title against Davey Richards at 2CW Serves the Servants. Alex Shelley trying to shake some stuff off here, and Davey Richards just kicks a hole right through him. Well, Greco-Roman thumb to the eye, and my word, what a chop.
Oh. Heavy, heavy hits.
Back fist from Alex Shelley. He wants to fly. Actually, no, went for the drop kick. Blocks the PK, and Davey Richards down. The feet taken out from under him. Again, this is 2CW's Older, Fatter, and Balder. You can hashtag this 2CW reunion on Twitter. Shelley from the top, flying body press. Ricochet so hard off the ring he can't turn it into a pinfall attempt.
Smart maneuver there by Shelley. Davey crashing into that middle turnbuckle. Looks a little woozy.
And he baited him in once again. That's the second time we've seen Alex Shelley do that. Getting Davey angry and turning that against him. Davey's got a leg here. Alex in a precarious position. Dragon screw leg whip using that middle rope as well.
Such a smart, calculated attack by Davey Richards. Going after that knee, and now what does he have in mind as he goes up top here?
And the howl of the wolf from Davey Richards. Alex Shelley gets out of the way of the double stomp. Schoolboy, hang on. Davey Richards not done. Turns it right over into a submission move. Absolutely.
Shelley in all sorts of trouble here.
Yeah. Absolutely seamless. Now Davey pulling Alex Shelley back into the middle of the ring, keeping him just barely from the ropes, really kicking on that.
Shelley desperately trying to get to that bottom rope, and he does. Just barely there.
It's like a death lock right there from Davey Richards. Not a death lock of death, just a death lock. But Alex able to get out of it, and I think the crowd says it all right now. Did he just pull his shoulder?
I think that's what we might have seen.
Oh my.
A little bit of a wild card here, and Davey right back to the attack.
Knee strike on the point of the nose. Still enough wherewithal for Alex Shelley to block the suplex. And a knee strike midair sends Davey Richards tumbling down to the canvas. How much time must you spent in the ring to be able, when you're upside down, blood rushing to your head, do you know to throw a knee at someone's head to break it up?
Speechless watching this, John. This is an absolute masterpiece here. I mean, we knew it was going to be good, but
yeah,
this is something else.
And well, we saw the intensity rise earlier. Davey ripping off the tape. And Alex saying, come on, hit me. What a left-handed shot there. ended with a spin kick, vintage Davey Richards.
Such a hard connection there, that lower midsection. Knocked the wind out of you. Oh.
Alex Shelley with a super kick, but Davey counters with a big roundhouse.
Back and forth. Beautiful.
Sliced bread number 2 from Alex Shelley. But how much damage did he do to that knee when he landed? He's already taken a couple of dragon screws from Davey Richards, including one using the middle rope for leverage. And he might have trouble standing here as he kind of crashed down hard when he came down on that sliced bread. Somebody has to win here. Because when these two meet again, if they do, they'll have, like you said, the bragging rights.
Back to their feet. Such hard strikes from both of them. Oh.
Right into the back of the quad. Just trying to... Machine gun forearms.
I don't know how Davey's still standing after that.
Either one of them, for that matter.
He's got to be seeing stars. Oh.
Step up, Enziguri blocked it. It's the ankle lock.
Yeah, he saw something. He saw that boot right there and just quickly snatched it.
Kick misses. Alex Shelley rolling over, looking for the Border City stretch, and he's got it.
Davey not within reaching distance of that bottom rope. Oh!
Rolled him over. Now he's got an ankle. He's way too close to the ropes, though. Roll through. Alex has the legs.
Oh! Shelley almost had him.
Knee strike blocks the charge. Shell shock. Cover. Oh! No! Border City stretch again.
Right into it.
So fluid from Alex Shelley after he hit the shell shock, and that's it.
The winner of this match, Alex Shelley.
Unbelievable. And what a showing there. Alex Shelley didn't get the 3 counts. And a lot of wrestlers would pout and sigh. Shelley just turned it right into a submission hold. Didn't hesitate for a second, and that's what gets him the win here. Forcing Davey Richards to tap out. The fans are on their feet, and both Alex Shelley and Davey Richards deserve all of the appreciation for that absolute classic that they just gave all of us right now here from Syracuse, New York.
What a match we just witnessed. First time ever, and it's Alex Shelley that gets the win. And we're still not done. That's the wild thing. We've still got more to go. And how do we even go about topping that? I mean, I'm not sure. We've got another match heading to the ring in just a second, but if you like what you just saw, you can find us on Twitter. Rob, what's the hashtag again?
Hashtag 2CW Reunion. You
Now
can
are
find
you guys
2CW
ready to go home?
at 2C Wrestling.
Good, because we're still not done yet. The next contest is scheduled for... Don't tell Bobby I did that. Introducing first, from Brass City, Connecticut, Mercedes Martinez!
gotta be kidding me. We just talked about how great that last match was and how much hype there was and everything. And we are going now to one of the most anticipated wrestling matches anywhere this year. There have been so many thousands of tweets and retweets and interest from all over the globe for this match. As you see Mercedes Martinez make her way to the ring. She fought Deonna Purrazzo last night at 2CW Living on the Edge 11 in Binghamton. And tonight she will tangle with La Mera Mera Thunder Rosa.
Talk about lighting the internet on fire when this was announced.
And her opponents from the graveyards of Tijuana, Mexico, Thunder Rosa!
One of the hottest wrestlers right now in the world. And did you hear that roar when she came through the curtain?
Thunder Rosa has as much momentum going for her as any wrestler in the world over the past year. A pleasure to have her here in 2CW tonight.
Hard to believe, only 6 years as a professional. Has combat sports experience in mixed martial arts. Former NWA World's Women's Heavyweight Champion. Probably had one of the matches of the year earlier this year in AEW against the Doctor. And she is here tonight to take on Mercedes Martinez, just the second ever time these two have met.
Wow. I feel like we're dreaming with all these matches back to back, main event after main event. A little sportsmanship here from these two women. So the smile on the face of Thunder Rosa. They've both clearly been anticipating, looking forward to this contest from all their comments on social media in recent weeks as this one gets underway.
They know one another very well despite having met only once. They've wrestled a few different times in tag team matches. And just like that, Thunder Rosa is so quick into grabbing an ankle and just looking for a submission.
And back to their feet.
Thunder Rosa won that first match between the two. Mercedes went to snatch a headlock, but Rosa too quick, slipped right behind her. And Mercedes, after last night, you know, obviously a little bit of something to prove here. After losing to Deonna Purrazzo, getting caught in the Fujiwara armbar, and now jumping on top of Thunder Rosa. They get a main event anywhere in the country between these two.
Mercedes with the experience advantage, has been one of the best wrestlers on the planet for 2+ decades. Very well traveled. Made her way really to the national spotlight the last couple of years. Improves year after year, and obviously Thunder Rosa, like we said, is just risen the ranks so quickly in recent years. Obviously in tremendous shape. Also competes outside of pro wrestling, and some mixed martial arts. He's got here trying to wrench in that neck of Mercedes, brings her down to the mat.
Trying for a cross arm breaker, it looks like, and Mercedes could sense what was coming, immediately kind of curled up and got the butcher's grip, as it's known as, and then got over the ropes to break the hold. Rosa, you talk about the combat sports background, an adept striker, but also a very skilled submission wrestler too. There's not a lot of holes in what she has to offer in terms of her offense.
I don't know what was said there, but a fan somehow made both of them laugh.
It's been all smiles here this weekend, I think.
Everybody's enjoying themselves here tonight.
Yeah.
The reunion of 2CW. We were gone for nearly 6 years, reuniting here tonight. And again, this is it as far as we know it here tonight. Though you heard from Sami Callihan in the very beginning insisting that because he had to miss this week due to injury, 2CW heavyweight champion Sami Callihan wants more in the future. I don't know if he'll get it, but for now we're going to enjoy this and treat it like this is it. And what a show this has been so far. And Mercedes, I didn't really see that coming. Little eye poke there.
Well, it was all smiles a moment ago, and things quickly breaking down here. Mercedes, perhaps one of the hardest hitters in women's wrestling. Beautiful arm drag by Thunder Rosa. Now a drop kick. And a slam right in the middle of the ring.
Speed here, Thunder Rosa. And all that momentum, pendulum down. Just a 1 count.
Only a 1, yeah.
Somehow through the magic of television, Thunder Rosa just competing minutes ago on AEW Rampage.
Did she use the time machine?
Against Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose. Here she is with Mercedes Martinez. Of course, Mercedes just recently announced a big part of the big events coming up this month for Impact Wrestling. We've seen her in WWE. We've seen her in Shimmer. All over the place.
Yeah, every women's promotion you could pretty much think of, she's been there and done that. 20-year veteran. She's been here in 2CW before at the Girls Grand Prix, got to the semifinals before losing to the Queen of the Ring, Sarah Del Rey. Now laying in some big shots in the corner.
Ooh. And as she would say, that rugged and thugged forearm coming in. Oh!
Running boot in the corner. Why not make it 2? Delayed drop kick to the side of the skull of Thunder Rosa.
What an attack there. But unable to pick up the victory just yet here as we have to go right back on the offensive.
Huge European uppercut. Flying elbow catches Mercedes Martinez, and now a European uppercut from Rosa of her own, make it 2.
Look at this intensity here from Thunder Rosa. Wow.
Sliding lariat gets 2.
Mercedes able to kick out. What power there. Thunder Rosa using her quickness and her strength. An advantage here.
Looking to try to quickly set up what might have been the Fire Thunder driver. Mercedes floats over.
Spins her down, nicely done. Not done just yet though.
I believe there's 2 more Amigas to go.
Ooh.
Double underhook suplex. One more time. Nope. This is not going to go well for Rosa as Mercedes turns her over and drops her.
It's got to be it. No! Well, Thunder Rosa able to kick out. You can see she is in a world of pain right now. And this match continues.
If Mercedes, though, gets Rosa up in her Fisherman's Buster finisher, that might be the end. But she's going to have to do that and incapacitate Rosa to be able to do that. Just laying in those strikes right on that face paint with the half skull, the Day of the Dead face paint. When you come out with a half a skull on your face, what kind of mind game does that play for your opponent? And now Mercedes looking for the Fisherman's Buster. Wait, Rosa turns it into a cradle and gets 2.
Right back to it. Oh! And Thunder Rosa there, a couple quick, vicious attacks, and it also now gives her a second to catch her breath, try to recuperate here as you can hear the crowd.
Yep. So both in, right now, a lot of pain. Mercedes kind of trying to gasp for breath after that lung blower just a moment ago. And the primal scream from Thunder Rosa, the running lariat in the corner. Up and over she comes with a double knee. Still not done just yet. As you said, La Mera.
Oh.
Delayed drop kick in the corner. And Mercedes looks like she's on Dream Street here.
Picture perfect.
Yeah, Northern Lights suplex of the bridge gets 2.
Another absolutely incredible match here tonight at the 2CW reunion. The crowd has been split for so many matches here tonight. Because how can you not fully appreciate everybody who's been a part of this amazing show, including these two in the ring here. Still trying to settle the score. Oh, off the ropes.
It's too close to the ropes right there for Mercedes. Now a running knee strike. Now Mercedes may be looking to finish it here. Hang on. Twisting neckbreaker using the top rope cover and a big leg hook. Really pulling back, almost trying to jackknife that cover to put all the weight on Rosa's shoulders and still able to kick out.
Yeah, definitely did everything she needed to there in terms of the pinfall attempt, but Rosa's still able to make her way out and keep this classic going. And you see the intensity just picking up more and more by the minute here from Mercedes.
Fireman's carry into a Death Valley driver.
Slams her down right in the center of the ring.
No leg hook, and Mercedes reaching those long legs back, kicking out. One-time high school basketball star, liked combat sports at a young age, and that's why she went into wrestling. Rosa climbing the turnbuckles with her back to Mercedes may not be the best idea. And a clubbing forearm from behind.
Oh boy. Thunder Rosa way up here and way down, crashing into the mat, but smart move there. And the frustration on the face of Mercedes because Thunder Rosa is able to escape to the outside. She needed to do that.
Yeah, what a veteran move right there. Instantly knowing I'm in trouble, I better get out. And she did just exactly that, and she'll use up the count here. They're going to recollect everything on the outside, but Mercedes isn't going to wait for her.
It was smart. She needed to do it, but also she rolled down to that bare floor pretty hard, too. So that's not going to feel all that great either. But back to her feet as these two just exchanging big, heavy shots to each other. The side of the ring here at the Alien Opera House in Syracuse.
This has got to be one of the hardest hitting women's matches I think I've seen. Just hardest hitting matches in general. I don't want to stereotype it like that because I shouldn't, but these two are just laying into one another.
Absolutely. Oh.
Side Russian leg sweep.
Holds on. Oh boy, Mercedes in trouble here.
Yeah, she is in big trouble right now. Not necessarily near the ropes, and that's it.
The winner of this match, Thunder Rosa!
That Peruvian necktie gets it done. I mean, so many close chances for both of these two in this match. Thunder Rosa comes away with a huge victory. And what immediately became one of the best matches we've ever seen here at 2CW, and that's saying a whole lot.
That was fantastic, and everybody in the building right now is on their feet.
Absolutely. Show respect here. we knew that was going to be good, but wow, was that great.
That was fantastic.
Such a pleasure to see Mercedes Martinez back at 2CW for this reunion, and such a pleasure to see Thunder Rosa here. And we'll continue to watch these two as their careers progress. Two of the absolute best, no doubt about it.
And I know I just said it a moment ago, but how in the world do you top that? I mean, we still have the Dark Order is here. We don't know who they're wrestling. Nobody decided to tell us.
You guys have been great. Thank you very much. All right, we got one more in us.
One final match in 2CW.
The referee for this final contest is Ted Stillwater. The final contest is a tag team match. Introducing team number 1 from Rochester, New York, Cloudy and Captain Nick Ando, High Seas.
Did Bombshell Billy just say Cloudy? And Nick Ando, High Seas
Cloudy?
Here in the main event. We haven't seen Cloudy in over a decade here in 2CW.
2010.
You mentioned earlier him and Cheech, who we saw wrestle earlier, the first ever 2CW Tag Team Champions. We want to talk about a reunion. This is one I never thought we'd see.
I didn't.
Wow.
I'm speechless. 2010, the last time we saw him, a Hillbilly Rules match, him and Cheech broke up after losing to Necro Butcher and Brody Lee.
I believe that was right here in Syracuse.
It was at the pastime.
Wow. And of course, since then, Captain Nick Ando, the captain, your captain, he went on such a run. You could argue maybe the most dominant 2CW heavyweight champion. Win after win after win, entrance after entrance.
Thankfully,
Wow.
not a 3-hour tour tonight.
And their opponents.
Here we go.
Stu Grayson, Evil Uno, the Dark Order.
The claws are up here in Syracuse. And what a special way this is to close out this 2CW reunion.
So, Rob, you're very familiar with this. You were friends with John. I'll let you take this here. Explain to the people that might be watching that may not know why this is so special.
Well, I mean, obviously, Brody Lee, the late great John Huber, one of the biggest names in the history of 2CW, and he became such good friends with Uno and Stu. Traveled the roads, spent a whole lot of time with Cloudy as well back then too, and I mean, these guys knew Brody so well. Obviously, we talked about how much Brody means to everybody here. You've heard the chants. You see the all-day shirts everywhere, the signs, the armbands, and if there was a way to close out 2CW, this is it right here. The Super Smash Brothers, as Dark Order used to be known, were the 2CW Tag Team Champions back in 2012 and never lost the titles.
Nope.
But as everybody's aware of, they weren't able to defend them in the United States of America anymore at that point.
So what happened? They were eventually stripped of the titles. They could not come back, but they never legitimately lost them. 7 title defenses in 2012, and away we go. Nick Ando victorious last night, looking to make it a successful weekend, if you will, with his tag team partner over the last few years, Cloudy, known as High Seas. And back in come the Dark Order, who are at least on an 8-match winning streak in 2CW.
I mean, what a contest we saw last night in Binghamton between Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, the Dark Order, and Colin, Delaney, and Cheech, to infinity and beyond. Just an absolute classic final contest last night. It was so good. I'm going to say it again now. Somebody's got to sign Colin and Cheech immediately. But right now, we're here to this main event of this 2CW reunion. Dark Order taking on High Seas. Of course, Nick Ando was not able to wrestle at the final 2CW show when we closed up shop at the end of 2015. He was injured, made an appearance at that show 3 blocks from here. And now back in action. His career's progressed over the years. Of course, really grew his game here in 2CW so much. And Cloudy is such a veteran here. Also was part of that Special K stable back in the day in Ring of Honor, which were, I mean, close to 2 decades ago. Hasn't aged a day. Hair's a little shorter than when we remember it last year in 2CW, as Stu Grayson, one time known in this company as Dose or Stupefied. Just incredibly athletic, incredibly strong. Oh, Cloudy there. Oh. It was effective, but he paid for it.
And Cloudy is just not having a good day. Into the ring apron he goes from Stu Grayson. Capped it on the charge. Cloudy again grabbing on a leg. Again, Nick Ando eats a forearm. Oh my, right onto the ring frame goes Stu Grayson. Checking his nose to make sure it's still in the right place after that. And now the 2-time 2CW heavyweight champion Nick Ando and his partner Cloudy laying the boots to Stu Grayson. Ando successfully defended the title 16 times. Just a remarkable record of success, many times in multi-man captains matches as he called them, other times in singles matches, just simply finding a way to win, much like he did last night against Sean Carr. And now Cloudy, part of the first ever 2CW Tag Team Champions with a cover. Of course, he and Cheech won a two-night tournament at, well, in 2010, beating Jiglerius in the finals.
Love that name.
That's a fantastic name, isn't it?
Jigsaw and Delirious. So many memories from this company over the years, and so much just flashing back here, being back here at the broadcast table this weekend after 6 years away, and I'm starting to feel like there's been no time gone. Such a special company and such a special way to close things out here tonight.
Feels like we were just here, and a big back suplex from Nick Ando. And he gets Stu and Uno right now, just kind of stapled to the outside. He wasn't always evil, of course, but now much more evil that he's in the Dark Order.
He still likes his video games, but just a much more evil version of himself. But of course, you saw Dark Order a couple nights ago on AEW Dynamite from Rochester, brought together once again. They kind of been feuding, and they were back on the same page. Uno and Stu picking up the victory last night against To Infinity and Beyond. And it's just been great to see what they've been able to do on the national stage. So well deserved for Uno and Stu after all these years to be right where they deserve to be. And Cloudy right back to it here. Uno going to chase him over to the apron.
I think we got to get some order in this match here a little bit. Uno not helping his own partner out. And a big elbow drop from Cloudy, and now a charge on Uno, dragging him back in, and Uno, I think his partner, he choked behind the referee's back as Nick Ando with that blatant choke.
Yeah.
A bit more of a snazzier dresser now in 2021.
Yeah, he stepped up his fashion game a little bit.
Is that out of the Nick and Matt Jackson wardrobe?
Probably from the same type of store, I would assume, yeah. Of course, we heard from the 2CW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, last week, who are not here with us this weekend, but They did talk about 2CW reuniting and their memories here in this company. So many classic matches.
Of course, winning the titles from Team 3D and then defending them a couple of different times. Colin and Swann, or Colin and AR Fox, excuse me, taking on the Bucks. Then on that last show, Kenny Omega making it a 6-man tag against To Infinity and Beyond and AR Fox. And AR Fox diving off the top of the basketball hoop.
Unbelievable moment
in that match.
And that was the Young Bucks' second match of that night.
Oh my.
Oh.
So the abdominal stretch is broken. Stu's got to make a tag to Uno here. But Nick Ando just bullying him back into the corner. Took a lot of punishment on that knee last night. You can see it's heavily wrapped up as Sean Carr just looked to try to take Nick Ando apart. Roundhouse kick to the side of the head here in this very final match. This is as folks drink it in right now.
Cloudy with that quickness, hopping into the ring, holding on to Stu so he can't go over to get that tag, but just gets absolutely launched there by Grayson.
He just nearly got thrown out of the ring by Stu Grayson. Nick Ando, though, does not want that tag to be made. Up and over, Stu goes and down. Nick Ando goes with that inverted DDT.
And now can Stu get that tag that he's been trying to get.
Crowd solidly behind the Dark Order. Oh, no tag.
Well,
Cloudy again, like a little gnat. It's all over the place.
Perfect description here. Oh.
That's some very strong teamwork from the High Seas team.
Yeah.
Nick Ando and Cloudy. Of course, Cloudy, one of his first tag team partners, was Brody Lee. They were known as, I believe, Cloud Lee.
Yes. And what do High Seas have in mind here? Ooh. Flipping Stu over, and he flips right back. Wow.
Double Pele kick, taking out both the High Seas members, and now Stu's got to make a tag, but he's in the middle of the ring here. He's got a ways to go.
The Dos Pele. Can Uno get the tag? Yes.
And in comes Uno. Shots all around for everybody. Hang on.
Well,
I guess that's perfectly legal.
Yeah. Smart.
What a right hand.
Absolutely rocked Cloudy there.
The Clouds are going to burst in a second. Cloudy's up on Uno's shoulders. Oh my, down he goes.
Down to 2 though, Cloudy able to get out.
So how quickly things have changed here. Uno and Grayson, with both High Seas members, had been down. Here comes Stu dropping the elbow. Combination tag team wrestling.
Perfect.
Beautiful springboard drop kick. This could be all here. Wait, Grayson wants the cover.
Ando just barely there in
Oh
time.
my goodness, yeah, that might have been 99/100ths. The slight delay there might have cost Dark Order the victory. But Ando's down to the outside, and Cloudy right now not going anywhere but for a ride.
Oh. Cloudy smart there.
Yeah.
And now Ando back up on the apron, able to help out. And
Ando
just when we're about
and,
to count High Seas out of this match, find a way to get right back in it.
Now Nick Ando climbing the turnbuckles. We're not used to seeing this from him, and a diving headbutt. Wait, here comes Grayson off the top. Cloudy now up.
You've got to be kidding
Double
me.
stomp.
Wow.
Flatliner from Uno. Here comes Nick Ando. And Uno kicks out. We've seen Ando steal so many victories like that in 2CW, looking for the harpoon, and there it is. driving his shoulder right through the midsection of Uno. And now Uno is alone with the two members of High Seas.
Oh, wow. That power from Stu Grayson able to send Cloudy in physically to break up that pinfall attempt and keep things going here in our final contest. Hashtag 2CW reunion. This is fantastic.
So now it's Uno needing to make a tag. Reaching out. Cloudy's kind of right there. Now he grabs the ankle. Uno pushes him off. There's the tag to Grayson. Oh. Discus forearm. Now Uno comes in with a big kick. Grayson
Right
lurking
there.
with that jumping knee. Overhead belly to belly in the corner. You can sense what's coming here. Grayson's now on the top. Uno's in the opposite corner. Cloudy and Ando are prone. Cover.
Whoa!
Ando somehow
Wow.
kicks out.
I'm absolutely shocked, John McGraw. The captain always finding a way.
He absolutely does. But right now his partner's got to help him out here. By hook or by crook, Captain Nick Ando for so long found ways in 2CW to hang on to that championship. Hang on. Oh, no.
Oh.
Cloudy just threw the referee into Grayson.
Oh, no.
And a low blow on Evil Uno.
Ted
So-
looks knocked out there on the apron.
Well, we've got no referee now. And Cloudy's going to the outside.
Oh, what is going on here? This is, oh no, he's got a chair here.
It looked like this was
This is
pretty
not
much
fair.
Yeah,
This is not fair at all.
absolutely not. Cloudy loading up that chair. Hang on.
Wait, what's going on
Wait,
here?
hang on. The
What's
lights
going
are
on
out.
here?
Hang on. What's going on?
What
Who
the
turned
heck is
out the
going on?
lights? Who turned the lights out?
Oh, where's the power? What is going on here?
Hang on.
No way!
Wait.
Oh my God! -1! Brody Lee Jr.
Wake up the ref.
This is unbelievable!
Pile driver and a kick to the head.
1, 2, 3!
Here are your winners, the Dark Order!
John, I don't know if you're talking. It's so loud in here right now.
I'm honestly speechless.
The claws are up. What an ending here to this 2CW reunion. The son of the late, great Brody Lee. -1, Brody Lee Jr. Had no idea he was here, and just speechless. What an incredible moment. Everybody in this building absolutely loved and loves Brody Lee. The Dark Order celebrates here in Syracuse. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So I guess we're on here. That's right.
Well, I don't have words to really. The crowd here chanting 2CW. It's very, very special night.
Everybody is on their feet here in the building.
Well, you guys have been one hell of a, no, I'm sorry, not a crowd. You guys have been one hell of a family for many, many years. We want to thank you guys from the bottom of all of our hearts. This has just been incredible. From last night in Binghamton, this evening right here in Syracuse. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give all these guys a round of applause. 2CW! All right, so don't forget front row, you guys, Rich Swann's gonna have picture opportunities for you guys. We also have some raffle winners.
Well, we're wrapping things up here for 2CW's reunion. John McGraw, what a very special night this was here in Syracuse. And the way that things closed out there, there's not many ways to describe that here, but it was amazing to be back together with the 2CW family. Great to be back here in the booth with you. 6 years away, 2CW brings the magic back here, and the ending of that show is, the moment that I'll always remember from this company.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever forget that as long as I live.
We absolutely loved Brody Lee. You saw, all the shirts, all the signs, everything here tonight. Big part of this company, and again, thank him for everything, including him persisting this company to come back and reunite. And we wish he could be here with us. But thank you so much for tuning in here. This has been absolutely incredible. A night I know I will never forget tonight.